I am Miss Bree, and this is giving it to you straight live from the East Coast. This is where the stars and the cards meet and the magic happens. So come on in and let me know, what are you grateful for today? What are you focusing on will grow. If you don't like the direction in which you're going or what the cards are revealing to you today, you have the right and the tools to change the narrative. Okay, welcome. Welcome to the live. I have mindful messages for this Moody Monday. Happy birthday to all Aquariuses that are celebrating today. And let the spirit of gratitude move you. What are you grateful for today? Comment down below. I am grateful for all of you that are here, the ones that like, share, comment, subscribe, and the ones that come join me live daily. I thank you for all your support, love. And it's about being part of this beautiful community and the part of creation itself as we understand each other on a more deeper level here. Remember that the spirit is willing if you are. Let's see what divine source has to say today. I'm not bypassing truth here, okay? And remember that our interconnectedness, our universal oneness, our love, all right? We understanding that we all have our own unique journey, and it's time to be a little bit vulnerable so we could get to the bottom of the truth. All right, vulnerability requires truth and exposure. So without further ado, let's get started with the mindful messages for today. This beautiful Mindful Monday. Tension is also needed because tension creates music. So tighten it up a little bit just to hear, It's not like the trumpet. The trumpets, you just blow into it. It's easy, but the tension, to build it, it requires, sometimes you have to be under tension, all right? Not anxious, all right? And just, I will talk a little bit about that. Mindful messages, I also have the What's the Tea, and we're going to reveal some truth here, fun and full of exposure, so don't take yourself so seriously. These tarot cards are for entertainment purposes only, all right? And for tomorrow, we are going to be talking about how to map your current situation, all right? And so we're going to go a little bit into that energy. And what could shift and what could you repair, all right? Let's go ahead with the mindful messages for this beautiful Mindful Monday. As we go on, we are boundary challenge, right? So daily, remember that you don't need being very dramatic when you should have a moment before you act on any kinds of impulses, because we go into this whole performance. So just a simple word. No, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me right now. I'm going to pause right here. All right. Remember each small little steps here. Okay. That's going to protect your bigger yeses later down the road. You make very, very discerning decisions. All right. Daily. Discernment is for daily use. It's not one of these just big important decisions, and then you get the drama out of it, being dramatic, because we get so anxious, and then we'll make the really, really wrong decision, and we'll say yes to something, or we take that giant leap of faith. And so how to pause, regulate before we communicate, very important. All right, so then you don't be like, oh my god, I shouldn't have said that, over explaining, long explanations. No, so today I don't have to be dramatic, how to balance my boundaries, what they should sound like. I need a moment, before I answer that. I need a moment. And so right now that doesn't work for me. Just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead. Mindful messages for this Mindful Monday. And we're going to talk a little bit about vulnerability exposure. All right. Spiritual maturity. That comes with the Judgment card and the split lives. Let's go ahead. Excuse me, let me clear my throat. All right, let's go ahead. Aquarius is through Pisces. Mindful messages. I know a lot of us are fear of being taken advantage. Just remind yourself that be vulnerable. So, because we all have that fear, okay? And where does it come from? All right. One more. Aquarius through Pisces. All right. Aquarius, you got nurture. Flip, flip, flip. One more. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read. I'm not going to really comment on it. Like I normally comment on it, but not today. All right. One more. And tomorrow as well, I'm going to be talking about how to center your energy, mind your thoughts, your well-being, and practicing mindfulness. So you know what you're sensing is real at this moment. Because of course our mind is going to wander. That's the human condition, not to get too ahead of yourself. Emotional checks are very important. And Aquarius, nurture. It is okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel, and I take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. And also here in the United States, we have a Arctic blast. And so that Arctic blast, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to be staying home, because there's a lot of, especially if you work in transportation, there's a lot of closures. And yeah, so take this day, nurture yourself today. Okay, just take a little time and do something. If you want to stay on the couch a little longer, you're allowed to do that. And celebrate your birthday. Just a little nurturing, right? Take that nice long bubble bath. Relax, put some little, you guys are very eccentric, and of course, just let those moments warm you and soothe you, and enjoy that full moment. All right, let's go ahead. I don't feel like tapping into that energy. So Aries, hold lightly, Aries. Aries, I take the things and people that come into my life lightly, not holding on too tight, so that when it comes for them, time for them to go, they may go smoothly. This does not mean I love them any less, but that I am open to the changes of life. Okay? A lot of times, you've been told in a lot of places, oh, this person, oh, they should have left your life. This is blah, blah, blah. But people understand that we outgrow people, just like we outgrow our shoes, our clothes. And we got to understand sometimes, we don't have to really not love people, because, we are here to learn a lesson at the end of the day. And so maybe there are some things that we've been told growing up, unless that person came to harm you, or, betrayed, or, this hatred or whatever, but it just goes deeper than that. Hey, GTH4ZCW. Hi. And Gemini, love and space for others. I cannot learn other people's lessons, Gemini. They must get there themselves at their own time, and I can simply hold love and space for them as they go through their journey. Cancer, casting spells. Excuse me, I do apologize for my throat. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and believe, I attract more of. So if I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude, now, when I speak through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. Leo, guidance system. I love using my emotions as a guidance system, because, of course, they are our navigation system. We go through the highs and low tides of the moon, the gravitational pull that the moon has on the earth. So we are going to go up and down, up and down. So checking your guidance system. Your emotions, of course, are your navigation system. So understanding that, throughout the day is very important. All right. Anyway, they show me how close or far away I am from what? The best dipping sauce ever. Comment down below. Let's try that question today. The best dipping sauce ever. A lot of you guys probably agree if you guys are here in the United States. Chick-fil-A's dipping sauce, or what is it called? Honey Dijon, one of those. Hey, Cancer. All right, so Leo, I love using my emotions as my guidance system. You can't leave your emotions stuck because you need them to continue to navigate. All right, then you got to continue to fill up. Anyway, they show me how close or far away I am from what I want. When I'm feeling joy and doing the things I love, I'm in a state of alignment for my desires. All right. I notice when I'm feeling low vibrational thoughts and shift them to release, resist them. You like honey glaze? Oh yeah, honey glaze is good. Virgo, your personal journey. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction, that validation is enough. Libra, your morning rituals. All right. So in the morning, sun gazing, drinking, sipping, everything. Like, when we mindful, because sometimes we sip so quick and we get burned, or we eat so fast. Sometimes we get so anxious, we get hyperventilating. Taking that moment to enjoy the moment fully. But here, the sun doesn't rise until 7 o'clock. But anyway, those morning rituals are so important to keep you grounded. All right. So, how do I get grounded? I'm gonna hold right here in this moment. I'm gonna enjoy it fully because I know I gotta go to the world and I gotta meet people that are what? Unpleasant maybe, right? And we are all a little bit of that. So you could learn how to cope. How do you cope in the mornings basically? And I said I wasn't gonna explain it, but I can't help myself sometimes. But anyway, I will take time to tune into myself, to say high vibrational what rituals that will help me lead a good day. We got to set that frequency really, really high. You got to turn it up a couple of notches, right? Because then when you go about your day, you're gonna bump into a lot of beautiful blessings beyond your wildest dreams. It's gonna feel so light, beautiful, airy. Communication is gonna be clear. But if you don't set a frequency for the day that you want to lay, you got to lay that foundation, basically, and setting affirmations, chant style mantras, manifestations. Get it in the morning, so when by the afternoon you'll be like, "Wow, I'm not as tense." Well, tension is good because you can play music. Of course, a guitar needs a little tension in order to play, right? But anyway, to keep really, really high vibrations, one of the best ways is to do that, all right? Sun gazing is good, and if you can, drink some lemon water, get in the bathtub. Everybody grounds different, okay? So what can work for you might not work for others, okay? And so we all ground differently. Maybe you need to take a walk, right, and feel that air. Air connects air. This is conscious movement consciousness. This is the way your wake up happens. Sun energy. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Pay attention to the morning habits, okay, that don't serve me, and change them for the ones that do. This is that simple. Change your energy focus, okay? Morning rituals are so important, and like eating a nice fruit salad, okay? A granola bar. Changing your eating habits also is very important. Drinking that chia, matcha tea, or whatever it is, the kind of tea that you like. There's a lot of different teas. I'm not really a tea drinker, but hibiscus tea. There's a lot of different teas. It really upsets my stomach. But anyway, I'll be sharing a lot of the stuff here in the future. Teas that I used to drink that I don't drink anymore. So I just drink a lot of water throughout the day. Because you need the atoms that's in the water. Okay, the molecules. It's all about the oxygen anyway for me. So anyway, all is okay for you, and this is for Scorpio. Scorpio, all is okay. All that I feel is okay. It's okay. Remember, you got the highs and the low tides. Okay, you run with that energy. Your water. Okay, so it's okay if your emotions are up for a couple of hours, and then when they go down, woof, it feels like your wave is crashing. It's okay. It's part of your navigation system. All right. So you're gonna get a lot of different emotions throughout the day. So you're gonna get worried out. You could be worrying 1 hour, 2 hours, and then all of a sudden, oh, I feel so good. So how to emotionally regulate. All right. How to ground. We all ground different. And you should ground more with water or fire, or, light a candle, set an affirmation, a mantra, just anything just to ground. When you start feeling anxiety, even if rejection, right? Because sometimes we could get so overwhelmed by the things that we have to do. But rejection, we don't like rejection. Oh, no. All right. So are you going to do things, even if you get rejected? It's okay. Now you know. All you're going to do is learn. Wow, that was not so scary. Even if I get rejected, say it anyway. Get it out of your system. All right? So that you don't sit in doubt, that you don't get angry, that leaves less fear. You turn that fear into power, you turn that fear into motivation. And yeah, so anyway, so remember that I'm going to be thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. So all is okay. Sagittarius, infinite creativity. It's like a wave. It's like your eye searches. Sagittarius, you get that third eye energy, that alchemist. And what that basically happens when, of course, your third eye activation needs to happen, but it doesn't really need to. Like when you understand that your mind is connected to, the infinite divine source. But anyway, infinite creativity is here. It's like your eye will start searching. It's like a wave. Nobody else can see it but you. Okay, this is meant just for you. Hey, Cholu Hatsus. Hey, if you. So let's go ahead. At any moment, I'm able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. Let's go ahead to Capricornio. Play Capricornio. All right. I'm complete. Capricorn, you have to play. Capricorn, if you don't get a game and play, all right. I'm completely engaged in what I do. All right. And here and the now. I call it play instead of work. Of course, you're gonna get this. I'm deeply fulfilled by all that I do. But please learn how to play a little bit. Ranch. Just go ask it. But why do you put F? Oh, fight. What is that? I can't pick that energy. What is your sign? How do we get to just ask your question? You're on here. You're alive. We are live. Unlimited for you, Pisces, because I did Aquarius first. So Pisces, I create my reality with my thoughts. All right. I think and things I focus on. I'm unlimited in my ability to create a beautiful life full of good and love. Oh, you're a Libra. Hey, Corey. Libra, let me see what you guys got. You guys got morning rituals. All right. Your morning rituals are very important. Aquarius, you got this. Nurture. It's okay if you want to stay home. Where do you live at? Because over here in the United States, we're having an Arctic blast. So we'll Portia Aquarius. With me and Matt. Oh, you're in Australia. Oh, okay. Nice and comfy. Australia, down under, deep down. So you're a very deep person. Will me and Matt be together, please? Okay. You have been to once. It was really nice. Oklahoma. Oh, hey, Oklahoma. Hey, Australia. All right. So those are the morning mindful messages. Just remind yourself that, in life, people are going to be rude, disrespectful, unpleasant. Make sure that you're just not one of them. How you can add to your creation, to this contribution, is kindness. Just one simple word. And if you don't have nothing nice to say, it's okay. All right. Check yourself, check your emotion, regulate before you communicate, knowing that, nobody owes you anything. You owe everything to yourself. No blaming, complain less. You focus more on what it's intentional, what you're doing, what you're sensing. Is it real? Check, do some reality checks, some little. All right, so just know that it's not being not being ripened enough. When we go around worrying about what other people are doing, no, worry about what you're doing. Worry about what you got going on, and all this should be well. All right, and so yeah, so just remind yourself that people are gonna be just they like that because they haven't really know when we connect when because we could look between spirituality and religion, and it represents too many different things, right? It has so many layers of truth because like you could say there's one truth, but there's so many different stories. All right, so just think about that. Can this be true from my perspective? How do I know about like it's learning about other people as so we look at ourselves as a whole, but as we each have our own individual experience. All right, not to worry about nobody can your ability to choose. you know Nobody can diminish your ability to choose. You all have the right of choices. Okay, and it's up to you how you handle any truths and how to be vulnerable. We are scared to be vulnerable because what if that loop, that what if loop, those two wands, they start to stalk you throughout the day. You could go from sipping your tea early in the morning, and then by the time the afternoon comes, learn how to set a really high frequency so you could start vibrating very high vibrations. You keep those high vibrations by setting a frequency. You want to shh, be quiet. If you won't hear it, the universe, God, this is how He creates. You won't hear nothing. Okay, you got to speak up. Speak up. Let your voice be heard throughout the day. And if that wasn't, what is the word? If that bothers people, then people they are not ready to be met with the truth. All right, how you do it? Gently, firm, strong, and of love. All right, you don't have to go through this all complicated system, over explaining, making things so long. We are limited time, by the way, my friends. So let's make it happen. Today is the day that God gave you. It is January 26th. Live mindfully and remember that the actions that you take have consequences and they affect others as well. So just remind yourself that that's it. All right. If you want good things for you, always wish good things on other people. Okay, remember that comes back full circle. And with that being said, hey Libra, welcome Alice. Let's go ahead with some questions here. If nobody has a question, I normally do the what's the tea towards the end, but let's see for the collective and the creator of your own happiness. All right, I reclaim my power to create my own joy and happiness. It is not dependent on any situations, on any outside source, said the divine source, okay, or individual. Therefore, it cannot be taken away. It can always be found within me. All right. So a lot of us say, well, money, what money does. A lot of time, I don't really talk a lot about money here because we really to find out what really money is, because it doesn't measure it is not a measure of your worth, all right, and your dignity. So therefore, learning how to have that balance is what's important in life. And what is balance? How do I find balance? How do I create it? Not only that, it brings freedom. Money's gonna bring you freedom to do the things that you want to do. It necessary is not gonna because happiness is temporary. It doesn't last that long. Okay? And so understand that. Those two most important things are to understand. Yeah, I feel happy, I feel free. At the moment I got the money, but man, I feel something is missing. Love, genuine, being true to yourself, not abandoning yourself to make a connection or to make somebody stick, or even forcing an outcome or control of the outcome. Okay, so just keep that in mind today. I will expose some of what's the tea fun. Does Laura has feelings for me? G, go ahead. I don't know if you gave me you gave me you didn't give me anything. What? Oh, you're a Libra? No, you're not a Libra. All right. Yeah, right. Because we're boundary challenge. I like that. Okay, and you don't have to work hard. You got to work smart because you want time for you too. All right. You want time for you too. It's gonna grow. Your channel is gonna be beautiful. You're gonna do amazing. There's so much for everyone. This is a new way of the truth, and it's a way you're gonna do amazing. Send those back. You don't have to work hard. Just smart. That's it. All right, and that's it. We learn. We would just get more tools. All right, you're gonna do amazing. Not only are you a Libra, and your patience and your working skills, and you're super sharp because you're amazing. I'm gonna just tell you, not only because I have a not because I have a Libra daughter, because of your beautiful heart, the way you see to, you can understand a lot of different viewpoints, right? You don't have to make that fast judgment. And so, not only that, your creativity, your beauty, the way you see the world, and you bring softness, and so you bring that balance into the zodiac. So, man, listen. So that'll make me feel a little bit emotional here, especially when I talk to Libras, because if Libras weren't here, we don't know what we'll do. So thank you for your patience with the with the masses. We're gonna give a big shout out to this amazing sign here. And this is what it's all about. And then Venus, your ruling planet. No, you gotta understand yourself deeper. You gotta give yourself credit, and you gotta know your worth, man. Well, you use your creative energy. All right. Learn how to evaluate projects a little bit more. That's gonna allow you to express yourself more. Your more imaginative side. You got Venus, your ruling planet. That's right now in Aquarius, innovation. Baby, if you're not going into that new way, especially with AI, intelligent, ooh, you're gonna kill it. So whatever you're doing, it's not only gonna grow, you're gonna be successful, and it's all about in the law of response, and you know that, like the law of attraction, and how it's important to a contribution here in our creation and our beautiful Mother Earth. Hey, Lady Firefox. All right. I'm leaving. Thank you. Okay. So you guys don't need to worry. Don't gotta get paranoid. Don't we gotta be all over dramatic, but one thing's, that you gotta learn how to set those boundaries and don't go back on your word. No more self-sabotaging, no more self-sacrificing, no more betraying myself. I'm not gonna make excuses, all right? And on how to really take that criticism and turn it into power, because they are both important. Criticism without, because we like the compliments, but we don't like the criticism, and that's what's really gonna build your character. Okay, especially when you're in this platform, it's very important to understand that, because right now we're going into this very non-traditional energy, this unconventional kind of which is the love still is still unconditional love, but it's valuing more friendships, camaraderie, and unique ideas. All right, your dreams, your visions. So it's very important to understand that. All right, so let's just make sure we have that balance between those two polars. Very important, so we don't miss out on nothing. I could take it if I could dish it. If I gotta learn how to take a no and give a no. It's equally. It's necessary. It's what get this thing moving. We got to do this thing. Are we always going to get it right? No. Are we always going to be in the moon? No. That's okay. We step back and we come back. We regulate and then we communicate, baby. That's what it's all about. Mindfulness is important. It's beautiful to have this beautiful mental health is very important to be aware that everything that I do, everything that I say, everything affects. It has like contributing. How do I contribute into this creation that I'm part of? Hi, Lady Firefox. All right. Hey, I miss you too. It's okay. You're here now. I believe you guys got let those yeah, you got the moon and high and lows of the moon. All right. Let's go ahead really quick because I get into the energy and it's so incredible. I won't be able to do this without you guys here. So Corey says, Will Chris let me see my kids? Let's go ahead with Will Chris. Come on in, Corey. Corey, let's get it. Corey, I'm gonna have to go into the what's the tea. Okay, are you ready? Let's go ahead with Corey. Corey, come on in. All right. Hey, Corey. 106 or 6106. I'm gonna use that 106. That 106 is important. The energy is fire. All right. Listen, it's all about treating people as equals with respect and how we could profit from, of course, not only for myself, for our self-growth as a whole, networking forward and forward thinking with this energy, innovation and unexpected events with money, intellectual companionships. It is all prioritized in this beautiful Venus and Aquarius energy. Let's go ahead. Corey, let's see here. What is the T? I'm going to open this up with that. A lot of times this, remember that the cards, the tarot cards, they show me, wow, wow, wow. Wow, Corey, they're showing me a lot of stuff here. Ooh, ooh, Corey, you have no idea what. All right, remember, a lot of this, a lot of, let me see if I could go ahead and, because a lot of you guys consider, like, be like, oh, how did the card flips? Is it is it this? Is it slippery? It's my brain, you know, it's my brain moving the energy through me, you know, so as I'm moving this consciousness. So that is one of the gifts that everybody has. You like chamomile? All right, the dip is so chamomile. Let's go ahead. All right. And it's because of you are here in this unified field with me called universal energy, divine source. Let's go ahead and tap back into that. And let's set that frequency for you. Again, they were showing me some stuff. All right. I don't know if you marry this person for money. There's something about money here. All right. But it's about marrying for money. They showed me that twice. They also showed me some bad habits. All right. What's the T? It's fun and full of exposure. Don't take it. Could mean something else. I'm just showing you scarcity. All right. My brain is moving this as you come in and bam. That is how it works. So a lot of people get confused with, oh, there's a spirit or there's a demon. No, it's just my brain. All right. When you are high vibrational with this, and you connected to this back, when you connected to the universe intelligence, when you're really, really high vibrational, all right. If not, you get that low vibrational energy. All right. So there's scarcity, and I think they're using something. All right. So there's something. This is what shows me here. There's an emotional, well, there's an unconscious love, scarcity here. Okay. So there's a bad reputation, rejected. All right. Yeah, but you're part of it. You're part of it. So it gets as more people come in, it gets stronger. Okay. I don't work alone. All right. Not only listen, you already know. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if you froze when you answered my questions. What did the? No, I didn't give it to you. Hey, Shayna. Shayna said I like sweet cheese sauce and bacon ranch. I never had bacon ranch. I got ranch, but I ain't never had bacon ranch. Let's go ahead to Corey. Corey, you gotta come in, Corey. Corey, you gotta come in because if I feel you, Corey, I'm losing you, Corey. Come on, Corey. It's okay. You got time to you could stay here throughout the read and you could debate. You could debate later. It's okay. I need you to stay with me. No, it's okay. All right, Corey. Corey, it's okay. All right. This is an unconscious thing. A lot of things that we do is unconscious. All right. So there's an unconscious kind of love scarcity mindset or something here. Scarcity tactics. I don't know exactly. You might get the Five of Pentacles. Let's go ahead. Yeah, stay with me. All right. So the question was, are they going to let you see the kids? Correct? Okay. One more. So the game, okay? The game. It's like a game. Chess. I gotta know. Somebody gotta be removed here. All right. I don't know. Because it's like I don't know if you feel like you're gonna be taken advantage or take for a fool. They're gonna try to do something sneaky. All right. I don't know exactly what's going on here with the Seven of Swords. All right. So either you feel here or they're telling you watch your back, or you feel like you gotta keep watching your back here because he's looking back. All right. But there's something that's gonna be exposed here because this is about carrying most of the weight here. So there's gonna be a problem here. Exactly what it is. All right. I don't know. You're the one that hold all this. You holding all this. You got watching your back. There's something that they want to know. Could be you. All right. So it could be you saying, man, I want to know. There's a secret here. So I don't know. I mean, this is a no. All right. Because here, there's something here that they're not ready to. I don't know what it is. There's a secret here at the end of the day. All right, because this is being strategic to see if you give more money, all right, or you come back, or there's something here, all right. There's something here. What it is with the Seven of Swords, I mean, we could go on and on, why they're holding on to these five swords, or if it's you, right? So what are the things that you're holding on that you're afraid of here? Because the World card is about, you know, oh, that's what it is. Because I'm like, what is going on here? Because this is not a self-centered, but this is like this form of energy here when I want to stay close, because this is a beauty. Somebody's very beautiful. All right? Because she's beautiful. This energy, you got to understand, she's a beauty pageant winner. All right? But there's a mourn here. All right? This is believing that I'm the center of the universe kind of energy. All right? There's normally... Oh boy, she said that Laura will confess. Hold on a second. All right? So, how do you move here forward? Okay, there's something here about them and we could admit him, I want to stay closed in because I want to keep something here. There's something here, all right? So, but anyway, listen. There could be also miscommunication here, all right? Let me see what are they, because they revealing stuff. They're revealing something that happened in the past. Let me go. He won't talk to you. Corey won't talk to you. All right. So see, he's carrying here the five swords. These five swords, the same five swords here. So something's gonna be said here. It's like there's gonna be like a self-sabotage here, because it's like I'm gonna be guarding my emotions, my thoughts, my knowing when to speak. So when you stay silent here, because this is like a silent energy, because this is all about being strategic and planning a caution of several moves ahead. Because it's like my mental labor is anticipating outcomes. So there is something different here. All right. No, I know. I know he's your ex, because this is not your first time here. All right. So I don't know. All right. This is the one thing here. The only thing here that you could tell you, all right, the embodiment of this is right now to protect and be patient. All right. That's the only thing that is showing me right now. You're gonna have to start to stay ahead of them now, or at least now. Which it didn't really give you a lot, because it's a secret that there's a secret there. Until that secret comes out, I don't think they're gonna let you see them. They want to know something. They want to know something, because either you or them, they want to know something, okay? If you're going to take advantage of them. There's an advantage here. You got to understand that secrecy, and there's an advantage. And holding on to that is the only way they could keep you from... They want you to reveal something, okay? Could it be safety? I don't know exactly what it is, all right? I don't have that time to go through the whole... All right? So what do you think? Because there's bad reputation... There's also scarcity taxes. I let them take advantage. That's what it is. So that's all your energy there. So how you going to go approach this now? Because when you ask me that, you got to remember, listen, a lot of times it's just showing me what's going to happen. All right? What is happening now? And when you get that world card, it's like that you're not going to get to, nothing's going to be revealed to you. It's like, look, it's like this. It's like if you let them take advantage of you, that's the only way you're gonna see your kids. I don't know if that makes sense to you. They need to be they need to be in control of something. All right? That's what I'm gonna give it to you straight. All right? So we could be done with that. So you have this. Hold on. All right? It's like it goes back in circles, because you've been through this already. All right? Because at some point I'm gonna throw in the towel. Should I throw in the towel or not? You got it? Only if you let me take advantage of you, then I let you see the kids. The fact that you're putting up the guard and you're moving in secrecy and you're not letting them take advantage of you. So are you willing to do that? So this is when you speak different. You got to speak truth. So this is going to be very challenging before always gets messy before it gets better. You went from 7 to 5. So now you're going to stand there. Hey, so you're going to go over explaining yourself. Oh, this gave me a headache. I'm sorry. I'm like, wow. And unfortunately, there are past lessons here, and you're still holding on to those lessons learned from betrayal, mistakes, and communication. They'll guide you, all right, but they still weighing on you right now. So you got to relieve them mentally. No, it's okay. No. So, wow. Don't apologize, all right? So make sure that you get receipts. Just get some receipts. There's some receipts that you need to get. So like if you buy stuff, make sure that you get receipts. Don't give them nothing without receipts, all right? But there's money here, yeah. They're going through the list. There's a list here of things. There could be some demands here because there's a move there. Remember, when you get the check, I'm not really a chess expert, but I got to learn how to move strategically and using tactics like to scare you. You ever watch? Okay, let me go back. Let me see if I can give you something quick. Cause that 5 of Swords, bam. You ever seen that show Scare Tactics? As people use people to do things, right? To scare them, something like that. All right. And like I said, I'm not a chess expert. So let's say you tell your kids. Let's say you say your kids to the room. All right. Let's say you say your kids to the room, and an hour later you go by. Oh, you could come out of your room. Oh, daddy or mommy didn't mean that. Then you give them the upper hand. You can't do that. All right? You can't do that. You gotta pull back real slowly. And this what makes them mean and self-centered and the thing that is the center of the world. All right? They do it because you allow them to. Remember, you want reciprocity. So, wow. I can't even listen. The only thing I only probably could help you when I do long readings, and you're gonna have to approach this very. It's gonna be a very slow, patient process here. I'm sorry, it's not gonna be an overnight thing because I don't know if you're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna get it. I don't know if because 2 swords are down. You're still carrying the other 5. You went back to carrying the other 5 again. After you carrying right after you said no, you go right back. You go back to those 5 swords. So you got to start again. Man, this is so too much. All right, let me take a quick. I gotta step back from because I want to give you something, but I don't know if it's gonna land. I don't know if you. And that's one thing about Libras. They give so many chances, and then you got to no. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. You give so many chances, thinking that they're gonna change. At some point, you're gonna have to use. You gotta use discernment. You're gonna have to let something land and let it land. And if you don't do that, forget about it. You're going to go into the cycle and you're not going to be able to, it's going to be in the mind. It's going to be detrimental. All right? Yeah, no, yeah, Libras, you guys are amazing, You're going to have to learn how to reform and reframe and learn how to stick to your power, to your strength, Learning how to turn those situations. I haven't seen, all right? Because the energy, I no longer invest energy where I cannot grow. Like that kind of energy, like you use a final internal decision and make that quiet decision one time. And every interaction that you got, it's got to be filtered through there. Because what else can you do? All right? Anchor it. Because, you got to anchor this. Energy, I honor my energy. But put it like this. We all are energy challenge. All right? So withdraw the energy with clarity and respect and release what like that. I surrender this. You got to understand, you're all about that divine order. You got to surrender it to that divine order. Step back and preserve your energy. You have to stand up, And so I could go back to the same way. Actions, words, cutting throat, mental expression, right? But you can't let people push you around because they got an upper hand or take advantage because you allow them to. All right? Because it's going to escalate. So listen, it's like this. If you're wrong, admit it. There's somebody got to make an admittance here. All right? Because we all wrong sometimes. And you back down. But if you're right, you got to stand up for yourself. You can't let people push you around. All right? The goal here is to find what? Resolution, not to win, The aim is not to win, it's to find mutual beneficial for, and then when you got kids, all right? And that's one of the things that we can't do because we're not aware of it, because that's more of an unconscious process, you know? When I don't want to admit defeat, you know, and that takes the whole, then that goes into an emotional kind of extreme. Man, this drained me, and this is too early. Let me go take a quick break. Let me go get some. Sometimes it goes back to I dealt with it. I listen. Why this sometimes affects me a little bit more because I lived. The father of my children was a Libra. It would have been 36 years, so I know this firsthand. I know exactly what's going on, and I know how easy you guys. Oh, you guys are too. You guys are too good, and you need to understand your worth here for real. Try to make you can make people feel comfortable because you see the way you see the view in the world. So it's such a through a pure and clean lens, and try to keep this balance is really the good guy. The good guy is basically destroying your life. I'm gonna be back. Give me a minute. Okay, okay, Corey, we're gonna take it step by step here. Okay, you're not gonna get the whole full picture right now. So just take a step back. Let's see what the advice for you is, Corey. I'm gonna give you a mindful message. Maybe they'll give you like a something to do here. If not, um, let's see. The Five of Swords is not an easy card. The only thing that you could do right now is stay guarded right now for a little while. Be strategic in your planning. Okay. Try to stay several moves ahead of them without feeling in secrecy or that you're gonna be taken advantage of. Even though I think you know that anyway. Let's go ahead, Corey. And Aquarius, I'll be with you in a minute. Portia will be. Portia will meet. Will meet and Matt be together. Okay, Portia. Oh yeah, Portia. I'm sorry, Portia. Oh, okay. One more. This is for Corey. Corey, you're welcome. Sometimes we want to do so much and we want so much, and it don't happen like that. Trust your guidance system and tune in. All right. So two things that you're gonna do throughout the day. All right. Let me go ahead and pawn you. I mean, pawn you, pin you, pawn you. Duh. I don't know if Corey's still here, but Corey, check your guidance system throughout the day. And what's happening here, you got to understand your moon. All right. And so when I do those, I think it's not going to happen right away. It's going to happen little by little. Try to take baby steps. All right. So you're going to have to set boundaries like really quick. and stick to them and don't take them back. Be like, oh, no, 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 you can't do that. All right. And so I'll be talking about boundaries later on. All right. So now you got to remember, we go through these ups and downs because we are tied to the moon. Okay. As the moon is bringing all that gravitation and pull, gravity, composure, patience is very important. All right. Your moral steadiness is a lot of the things here. I'm just shooting words out. You could go into you, I mean, Google and ask, or if you got, even if you got Chat GPT, it's very important for you to use. Those are tools that you could use to help you, okay? Because you're not alone anyway. You don't have to do this alone. So I love using my emotions as a guidance system. You don't leave your emotions alone. A lot of the things when you get the moon a lot, it's about you not understanding your dark. See, your dark needs to be seen. And learn how to survive in darkness. All right? Learn because it's a seed. So when you understand your moon and your dark energy, that the shadow that you can't see, you need to learn that. That's very important. And so notice throughout, if you don't do this, you're always gonna like your energy gets stuck in the dark. All right. And when that happens, anything that you do moving forward, it's like the sun is gonna try to bring you to the truth because it's the same light. It reflects the moon's energy, right? It gets that light to that. So you're positive. You need to learn how to use some of that dark energy. Okay. You learn how to survive like that, and that's not the only way to survive here. Okay, well, it's too deep for me to explain to you. All right, so it requires baby steps. All right. So anyway, the message is here is your guidance system. All right. So they show me how to closer or far away I am, checking those daily for a week. And then we're right now in the wax and gibbous. We just finished the first quarter. All right. So this energy is anything any new ideas that come to you. Yes, that's a good idea. Learn how to do that. You have to learn how to do that. All right. Don't think it's just going to it doesn't happen overnight. All right. So it could take a year, however long it's going to have to take. Okay. And so learn that in the state of align my desires. All right. Because we all got desires. And then tuning in. Today before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands at my heart space and take a few deep breaths. And I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor that without feeling guilty. All right? It's so important because we normally want to go to the rescue, and we don't want to avoid because it's your right to see your children. All right? And maybe safety could be a key to here. All right? And knowing that the money is just a measure, it's a false measure of your worth and dignity here. And so learning how to navigate through that, you don't always have to show up because of the money or the money. The money, of course, is a big factor to get to the things that we want to take care of our children. But there's other ways here. And you need to learn how to build on that, on other different beliefs, on other systems. All right? Because you navigate too much. You make a lot of emotional decisions here. All right? Emotionally. You need to learn how to use that sun energy. And that's authority. That's power. That's leadership. And you're liking that a lot. All right. At this point, it's all about integrating the sun and moon integration, and that's going to require you to learn some new skills. It's not going to be even because you have to reprogram. It's not going to be that easy. I make it sound easy with the little bit of time I got here because I will spend here with you, especially if other people are listening. Great, but that's just this much what I want to say here with such a limited time. Okay, I'm not in the platform yet where I'm going to get thousands and thousands of people to listen to what they're really not aware of, their shadow. And you trying to banish that shadow, it doesn't work like that here. Okay? Not here, not in this physical incarnation. You need both. So when you're trying to tell the shadow, that shadow is telling you, listen to me. All right? It is safe. And you're telling the shadow, no, I can't do it from that. And so mindfulness comes in because you start paying attention to your thoughts and the way your emotions, and you're not going to let those emotions rule you. You're going to do it from both sun and moon energy. And that requires, okay, to let the sun moon penetration, that's Solomon energy. All right. When you start being a little more philosophical here, okay, instead of explanatory or dramatic with it, or even escapism. All right. You got to understand your Neptune's energy as well. And that is moving into the first house. And so when that moving there, forget about it. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with. All right. I hope that helped you. Well, Matthew, come back to me. Hey, Kayleen, 91. Hi. Good morning. Let's move forward. I'll come back. I'm going to be talking about balance. And if you want to come back in an hour, I'm sure I'm going to get through that. I'm going to get to your sovereignty. I'm going to get to so much today. Hopefully, I'll be here 3 hours. With that being said, let me continue on this beautiful journey, this beautiful Mindful Monday, to bring us much as information and clarity. And so what you really need to understand, even if things are not clear, you're not going to get the full picture, because the universe, remember, doesn't give us balance. We have to continue to add balance into our lives. And so by running away from it, by not confronting things, we make things harder on ourselves. All right. Things will pause. They'll freeze until you get things moving. All right. Let's go ahead with Portia. Portia, come on in. All right. Just not hear it. Embrace it. Go learn how to, you're going to rationalize it, because that's what we do. We try to rationalize. We try to use our logic and the action, because that's all masculine. All right. But anyway, let's go ahead with Portia. Portia with me and who? And Matt will be together again. Let's go ahead and yes or no. I'm not going to go into what's the tea for you. Let's go ahead with a yes or no. And then, listen, only if we humble enough to learn. Only then, because, when the stars meet the cards, they'll reveal something that is happening. The cards are not going to tell you, what to do. They're just showing you what's going on. And there's some things that are uncomfortable, but I'm not here to be comfortable. No, we're not here. If it was easy, we would all be doing it. And because it's uncomfortable, we don't want to step into that. Oh, no. Because it's going to require the growth. And that's the seed of the moon. Okay, we all seeds, and the moon seeds. The light is her seed, right? Understanding that. And that is going to require us to stretch. And we don't want to do that because we get comfortable. We're not standing out. We're not speaking. We hesitate when there's decision. We got to stop that. That is so not appropriated for our growth. We need to grow. It's like you got a pot, you plant the seed, you wash it, grow, right? You eventually take it out of that pot. It's beautiful, but if you leave it there, it's gonna die. If you put too much water, if you give it too much light, some plants are required different. So there are things that are tailored for our specific needs. If you give it too much light, you're right, it's gonna burn. So you gotta be careful. So I'm gonna use a couple of metaphors here and comparisons as well. All right, quickly, by the way. Let's go ahead. Portia, yes or no? The moon. All right, so there is a split personality here, and we all got that. And so what's going on here? Because you got the Five of Cups. All right, the Five of Cups, there's some lingering resentment here. All right, it's a kind of a disappointment here. Whether it's you, whether it's them, Portia, you got the moon, like I was talking here. What's going on here? Because this is, of course, yeah, because you got to understand this. It's not that they hesitate. There's a hesitance here. They might not be aware of the dark. All right. I don't know if they keep coming back and leaving. I don't know if when you say a commitment, I want commitment, or there's something here, right, that you're not really sure of with the Two of Swords. All right. Because I don't know if you left this confusion behind and it just keeps showing off because they're confusing you. All right. There's a confusion here. That it's like they don't say no and they don't say yes. All right. They don't say no, they don't say yes. So that's the thing that's confusing you, because they don't, but they don't give you a clear, yeah, they right here. All right. They don't say yes or no. So they could say yes or moments, because I don't even think, see, you got to remember the unconscious, between the unconscious and the because this one is conscious. This one could be so lovable. Oh, I'm your best friend, loving, kissing, sex is great, blah, 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 blah. If I was using a sex card, this one would scream. All right. They backflip, they monkey flip. All right. Because remember, this crayfish actually doesn't know how to swim. All right. And you got to remember the red crab. Yeah, they monkey flip. The red crab comes in the quarter moon. So I don't know if they come twice a month, 3, I don't know, right? Or every couple of days they change, or their mood. So you got to definitely, everybody, we all need to learn they monkey flip. We all got to know they dark moon, because that's the one that reacts. See, the shadow, you can't see it because it's a reaction to the things that you say. So we got to be mindful. So listen, all right? So I don't know if when you speak of commitment, having children, they leave. There's something that happens here. All right, they abandon without explanation or whatever, because we all go through this. Because once we're not sure, or once we don't know what we want, or maybe once we already been married, all right, because this is a married man, all right. What happens is that because we start feeling like, man, I could do more. I don't know if I could do more. I want to do more, but I don't know what is my fear. There's a fear here, maybe a commitment, a marriage, being married again, not being emotional regulated, because they want to see something that they're never going to be able to see. Not here. From this 3D, no. That's going to happen much later on, because we're looking at the arc, all right? And the arc is never really going to be completed, all right? So we like to look for that, but it's not. From here, it's not. We don't see a full arc, all right? What's up in my so this is unknown. Not saying that it's not going to happen, all right? How long are you going to go through this cycle? How long you been going through this cycle with this person? Okay? How long you been together with the cycle here? Because it's been a year. It's been 2 months. All right? Because these two they split because they have to come together so they could see the light of the truth, and that is the sun. All right, 2 weeks. Okay? So yeah, they're gonna come together. You're gonna see them again. You might see them in the full moon, which is gonna happen 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, or maybe on the 1st, before the 1st of February, or on March. I mean, on February 14. So it could be in 2 days. We don't know, because this doesn't give you you got to take this energy and put it together, right? And the moon, of course, we know that it's a traveling card. I don't know if they don't have travel money. There's something here about they travel, because you got the Chariot here. All right? Got the Chariot here. So I already know that I already know there's a travel. There's a car, there's money. There could even be a plane ticket, but it's about they travel. Travel related here. They got to buy a car. They got to buy a plane ticket. There's something. It could be, because this is love. This is where I feel nurtured. All right? Remember, this is where I feel good. There's good instincts here. All right? So understanding this energy is very important, okay? But you got to know that, because you understand the need. Why do a person gets a knee reaction, jerk, when you say things? Understanding when they say them, all right? So, but yeah, you're going to see them again, all right? Right now, we are going into the wax and gibbous phase. So you're understanding a little bit of their faces and what they mean. And this is, yes, still a lot of possibility. This is where the moon is still growing. We just finished filling the wax and crescent. All right. Everything's growing. Your power is growing. The crescent means energy is all about expansion. So understanding that energy, okay, and saying everything is going to sprout in its divine timing. And so now is the time to focus, because I don't think nothing got stuck in the dark. And so understanding that family, all right? This is joy at the end of the day, all right? And so this I mean, you didn't get no pentacles, all right? Because it's out, they're going to come back. They're going to try to, have this reward. There's going to be music. There's going to be fun. There's going to be laughter, family together, the security, taking things seriously. I want to move forward with this connection. There is some resentment, though, with the 5 of Cups. And, I don't even talk about the 5 of Cups, because it's like they feel disappointed. But it could be work. It could be that they don't have a car. It could be that they got mom. They taking care of a parent. There's something here about them, because they do want it. You got some good energy at the end of the day. But they right now, I don't know, because then there's another 2. The 2 is all about negotiations at the same time. Okay? So understanding that energy, they want to show a mutual when everything feels a mutual. It's, because the king, he's just, He's all about his sovereignty. All right. All right. I hope that helped you and understanding that, uh, there's negotiations, and I don't think that I don't think that we have to negotiate so much. We just stick to that truth and we let it land and we live from that, not from negotiating so much, because then things get lost, She's got to stop this. All right. So yeah, you will see them again. I think that you just wanted to know if you're gonna see them again. But what you have to, you're welcome. But what you have to take from you is here, knowing, listen, because it's gonna happen again. You at a 5. You go from a 5 to a 10. That's a real big. That is a really a big gap there. So I want you to really understand that 5. All right. I don't know if they wild, because that goes with the Hierophant's energy. I don't know if they wild. I don't know if they like to doing different things. They like different environment. When they get bored, they don't know what they doing. And so you got to understand the moon. And I'm going to talk about that light and dark energy, and to understand your person's shadow, so you could know when they act. You're basically you're going to know. All right. It's going to be like, oh, wow, here they go again. And I don't know if you know that. I don't think they know that. And this is what you got to help them. You need to know your person's shadow. Not only that, you need to know your own. And you don't know the shadow, the dark, that moon energy. That is basically the other side of Mother Nature, the dark side of Mother Nature, the things that are not seen. You can't see them because why? They are dark. Those are your reactions. This is why we don't see it. Okay? And when you learn that, you'll be stepping into your power and you help them. Instead of, there's a gain, there's a blame, there's a shift here in energy. You know now. And now how you gonna handle it. All right? We don't have to get so dramatic about it. And that reaction that you're gonna put up, it's just gonna be, when you learn it, you're gonna be incredible. All right? All right? Not to make excuses, all right? Because they're not gonna see things from your perspective anyway, at the end of the day. All right? Yeah, what is that? They're not even aware of it. I know I wasn't for years. All right? And so understanding that 5 is very important. All right? So I wish you the best. Get the tools so you can help them. This is not the time to nag and ask questions and blah, blah, blah. No. Because I don't think they realize it. So when you do, you learn. You learn what you don't know. Okay? I learned what I don't know, and I remain true to myself. And then you help them. You cannot help them from an empty cup. You can't do it. You need this anchoring. We need a lot to work through here. Okay? So I'll see you again soon. Hey, Davis Carter, how you doing? You're welcome, sweetie. But don't worry about it. They're gonna see you again. It might happen. The full moon is just a couple of days. Yeah, you can't pour from an empty cup. You know that. You know that. We can't do it from an empty cup. Okay? Because you have to keep everything together. Remember, we have to. That's the seed. And when that seed is ready to be exposed, it has to make sure that it's safe. The weather's right, the tilt in the soil, things got to be arranged, Oh, you've been fasting? Good for you. How's it going? Exactly. The seed needs to grow, but the seed needs to understand. I mean, it's not going to sprout if it's over flooded. All right. It needs safety. It needs safety. It needs to know, am I safe? It's just like us, as we, our mutable energy, our adaptation to the earth. We need to know that we're safe. Can I sprout? Can I come out? Am I going to get eaten? Am I going to get eaten? The birds or whatever is going to come, and is this really deep energy? When we don't know our shadows, we don't know. Oh, your shadow. Oh, you're dark. Oh, the moon came out. What happened? That's a reaction. What reaction? You can't see it because it is a reaction, of course. And with that being said, let me tell you, we got a lot of work to do. All right, we got to understand that seed. I mean, the moon is dropping those seeds down. All right, and when it's there, when the message come in, you ain't gonna know what to do. All right, that is fear. The road is small but possible, impossible. Yeah, of course the fear is gonna get you before the right. I mean, the safety here. I mean, we want to, because at the end of the day, it's all about our safety. We like to be safe, and then when you open up too soon without the safety being there first, you're going to be like, wow, I'm exposed now. I don't want to be exposed. So let me go ahead and, I don't want to be exposed. There's a lot of, or maybe they just can't handle your emotional depth right now because everything's so shallow. They might could handle it, without having to take accountability. All right. Awesome. Favorite sauce is the Peruvian from Chick-fil-A. Oh, I was just talking about the Chick-fil-A sauce. The Peruvian or Peruvian? It's a Peru or it's a Peruvian? Peruvian. The Peruvian from Chick-fil-A. I'm definitely gonna tap into that. Abida, you gotta stop though. I'm gonna just take you out of here. You Raya's. All right, stop it. Stop it, sweetie. Stop it. All right. All right. We gotta learn how to balance. And balance is not something that you find, it's something that you practice because of course, the universe doesn't give us balance. It helps us practice and getting into the balance. And that starts with self-permission, and that goes with our sovereignty. And so, man, there's so much to work through. I mean, you will get overwhelmed, with things when you don't really understand them. But when the pieces start falling together, you be like, oh, this is what it feels like when I'm in sovereignty, when I'm vulnerable. This is wow. And now I got it, and so we really got to be mindful. Yeah, the road is with a lot of fear. Walk through the storm. Yeah, and through the rain. I like that. At the end, you find golden sky. Yeah, I love that. I love that. All right, so nobody else has a question? All right. How do we balance? Let me see what energy comes out and what I want to talk about before somebody comes in and asks a question. All right. So did I talk about the scaffolding here? Man, do I want to talk about the scaffolding? You hold so much weight here. I don't know. Let me see if it comes back out. I'll talk about the scaffold. I reveal. I don't fear the storm. I am the storm. I love that. Oh, go ahead, Shauna, because I was about to do a collective, and in this collective, I'll be explaining on some of the cards as well and how to shoot that energy in the right direction because it's coming down, and when it comes down, that's that. How do we use that creative spark? How do we collect that energy? Do we collect it with? I mean, where do we leave our energy stuck? And so yeah, because we build for momentum, but when we got everything filled to the brim, and we think, yeah, we're supposed to work that way. You don't got time to really do nothing else. All right, go ahead. Thank you, just helping people. Thank you. I like that. First, it feels like you hear the. Yes, I love that. What's my love like look like? Davis Carter, happy Macma. Hey, happy Macma. Uh, Taylor, I'm waiting for you. Who was next? Taylor or Mac or Taylor? Who was next? Come on, I'm waiting. Come on, because then I'll start getting into the speech, and then I'd rather do it while everybody's here. What or is Jimmy my future? Ooh, I love that. Yes, I love that. All right. As long as you know what's going on now, okay? Because you got to understand how the energy moves, and we have to learn how to work through it. We got to not only survive these storms, but we have to thrive and flourish, all right? We're here to expand, all right? Understanding things from, and especially Venus and the energy that it brings when it's in the house of friends, all right? And that idealism energy, all right? Plans, dreams, and vision. This is all about, right? How do I transform and innovate, be more creative with your energy. All right. And this is like an unrestricted kind of energy. This is when I'm gonna like my connections, my relationships are gonna be more intellectual. So don't be scared if the relationship went from because it was in Taurus, not Capricorn's energy, right? I think both of those Venus energy for us was like a big moment there, because it was not so crazy in love, and so we go that from the intellectual, we we'd be like, "What's going on? What's going on, sweetie?" But boy, oh boy, when Venus goes into Pisces, drowning. You're not gonna get enough love, baby. I can't get enough of your love, baby. So get ready for that. And so then, we get that balance. It's for a lot while. All right. So let's go ahead here for you. If not, things remain the same. We're not aware of it. Oh, that's why that happened. Because it's all about valuing friendships first. I want to see if this connection could be, we have to be friends, lovers. We got to be a little bit of everything, right? I want to see if I could go from non-tradition, unconventional to really, can I conform, So really being realistic. Yeah, you got to, once you learn a lot of things, things will start making sense. And, I don't want to learn nothing. I just want to live. Oh, man, come on. Timing is everything. We here on limited time. What are you talking about? Oh, I want to live and enjoy. I want to have sex and just, I want to do the thing, so of course that's an important, But later on, we don't look later on. And so then we get stuck. But anyway, and now understanding a couple of things. Hey, Donna Littleton. How you doing, Donna? Welcome to the live. No. Yes, I did, but you wasn't here. Yeah, I was calling you, sweetie. Yeah. Let's go ahead to one more for you. Let me go ahead and pin your. Well, I pinned it. I'm going to look at it. Was or Jimmy is my future husband? Yes or no? Let's go ahead and set that frequency for your energy, your vibrational, your sacred vibrational frequency. But at the end of the day, because we are dealing with such an intelligent cosmos, and our body is super intelligence, because we are from that field, and it is through this brain that we move this beautiful consciousness. And man, when we step into that power, things, amazing things starts to happen. All right. So what happened? You healed already? Are you healing from an answer? From an answer. Are you healing from a breakup, or what's going on here? Because I seen the Three of Swords. And are you waiting? You're waiting for a proposal? You're waiting. What is going on here? You're moving to calm a war. No worries. Good. Beautiful. All right. One more, yes or no, and then we'll get a little bit into it. All right. One more. Thank you. Oh, you broke up. Oh, because I see. Okay. Oh, boy. Here goes the judgment card. Here it goes. When you broke up? A month? A week ago? 5 days? 5 days? One more. Thank you. One more. Oh, 2 months ago. Okay. You guys are still texting or no? You're not texting no more? I got the page once there. Let's see what comes up for you. Yes or no? Like everybody else, they'll give you to a more pragmatic approach. I don't know if you got tired of them postponing things. No contact. Okay. 4 cups. So what happened? So you're confused. There's some things that I don't know if you find out some things here, because normally the hangman is about, I'm willing to work this through, sacrifice, but there's something. Listen, we all got nosy neighbors, Nacy. We all got nosy neighbors, family, mom, dad. We all got this restraint. So this is a chain, right? Of course, you guys know that, right? And so the chain, oh, you got a good chain. You got a good business here. You got good people around you to help to support you, right? Or there's a restraint here. You don't got a restraining order. I don't know. Where am I saying that? Wait a minute. Where's that coming from? All right. I don't know where this is coming. No, this is not it. No. All right. Because the devil card is a card, of course, of having a restraint. You put a restraining order on them. Oh my God. I'm like, where is it coming from? Because, all right. I'm like, wait, what? All right. I normally don't start this like that because a lot of people get scared of the devil energy. So what happened here? There's no see neighbors. There are things that you found out. There's something here. I don't know exactly what, because now this is about you got to go to court. You got to go to court. You're waiting on a verdict. What is going on here? Hey, yeah, cruelty. All right, so we got that, and we got the Two of Wands. So we got the Judgment. You've seen that here. No, the Judgment is here, but I don't have no more room. Matter of fact, let me keep it here. All right, this is a place where a lot of people come and they might hear things that happen, but we all have this experience. All right, sometimes, unfortunately, some more than others. And so, hi. Hey, Arlene. So you got the 4. I think after this is over. All right, this is normally a no. The 4 of Cups, of course, is a card of discontent. It's a card of lacking apathy. All right, it's a card of being numb. It's a card of not feeling. This is a card of discontent. Right now, there's a situation. There's something that's out of my reach. All right, there's something here that I want to connect to, but I'm not really hearing. It's just like the tree. All right, it's a very utopian kind of energy. I want to connect. I want something new, meaningful, but it's like an emotional breadcrumbing. All right. This is when this is one of the things about things, this is in crisis. All right, so understanding the threshold here and the understanding of the Judgment card, because it holds a cross, and it feel like I'm making all these, like I'm making all this is a very high demand, very high. This is energetically exposed, but being vulnerable. So I'm gonna explain. I mean, do I got time to explain it all? All right, but yeah, maybe I do. All right. So this is a very high demanding individual. You know why? Because there are no boundaries. All right. What happened here, and we all do it. Somewhere your heart is all about, I'm gonna be open, right? We do that. I'm open, but there's no safety. When your heart learn how to go first, because we all do that, without being safe. So you learn that somehow. But now it's going to require a lot, because you go from the 12, all right, to the 15, to the 20th. So this is why it's going to be so. Usually, I want you to be as patient as possible, because the only thing that you're going to learn here, the only thing that you got to learn here, it is if they are, right, because this is, see, these sarcophagus, these tombs, whatever you was giving them, they weren't able to handle it. There was too much. And this is so shallow that you don't even, people don't really understand this. I had a hard time with this card myself. People don't really understand the depths of this energy. And the only thing that you're going to say to yourself, can this person receive vulnerability? And if they can, what am I going to do? Because if you don't do nothing else, you're going to learn about vulnerability, and you're going to learn it so quick. And if that's the only thing that you have to do in order for you, because you want this marriage, you're going to, because somebody leaves you so confused, because they could be so nice, which that baffles you. Wow. And I'm so confused. Because it leaves your head scratch. Oh, whoa. And if you don't learn vulnerability, you're going to go around like, wow. And you got to learn that yesterday. Not saying that you're not going to wind up here, but at least can they hold it? Can they hold this? All right? Because if something is leaving you to feel small, all right, or questioning things, or am I enough, or why this happened, if I'm not safe, then we got a problem. But then we got to go back to the childhood. We got to go back to the child. We got to look at the ego. This pentagram that is in the inverted, it represents protection for the ego. The ego doesn't like, listen, your ego will have you crying for doors they are closed, they are done, but they're still open. All right? But anyway, we're going to work through this so you can understand your higher self. All right? So, because this is not over. This is just the beginning. But I wouldn't go near this if I'm not safe. All right? So we're going to work through those imperfections and know how to know their patterns. Because if you don't know that, you're going to come back here and you're going to wonder, what the hell am I doing wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. Having a big heart, having one in like a fairy tale and one in that's beautiful. We shouldn't feel guilty, shame for our desires. All right, so this is gonna go on both angles here. All right, I cannot wait till I do these readings. So you can see the true expression of what I'm trying to say here. Behind here it's easy for me because what happened is that I'm giving you an opportunity to see the energy without me holding it. It's not dark. It's right in front of you. And you have that ability to really take your time and to really go in and say to myself, you know what? Can this relationship hold what I'm giving it? Can it hold it? All right? Is it really, right? Can I maintain? Because, it's being maintained or is it being nourished? All right? Because it's all about growth. All right? So when we look at it, because this tree is fully developed, they got fire, they got desires. There are things that we shouldn't feel guilty. They don't even know what listen, at the end of the day, they don't even understand that because they can see they dark. You could see, you probably realize it, but when you realize it's either somebody dies, somebody gets hurt. Listen, this is some serious stuff here. And we're going to take it for fun. Listen, let me go back. All in fun. All right, I want you to connect and be mindful here. Fun, full of exposure, is for entertainment purposes. All right, so understanding your connection and what works. All right, when you give more here, how to regulate here. So we're gonna go step into this energy. I'm gonna keep this alive, and basically what I don't add, because when they reach out to you, I'm gonna start with what you're not gonna add. Let's just go there real quick. All right, people are coming in. This person hurt me, blah, 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 blah. They're not even aware of it because we got unconscious love scarcity, period, at the end. So what you're not going to add, I don't want to be a burden. And we always say that. All right, I know you're busy. I know you're going through a lot. It's okay if you can. You're going through this long explanations. All right? Because it's here. Okay? And it's going to leave you drained. When you're going to have that nice, clean, vulnerable conversation, because it's there. And the devil doesn't mean that I'm, you hear things. All right? You hear things. You understand things different. All right? And what this is saying that they don't know their dark shadow. So this is why this animal is here. All right. When we put a person on a pedestal, you know some things, but you don't really know the whole picture. All right. Like we don't really know a lot anyway. It's just that simple. Our human nature, we are controlled by the five senses, and sometimes that leave us, right, with these chains. And these chains represent our unconscious, conscious. You know what I mean? That they linger from past experiences. I'm going to just leave it there. All right? So understanding that, because the chain is only as strong as the weakest link. So because the both of you are strong, being stronger together, facing the darkness, right, and protecting my knowing how to protect the ego. Because the ego is an instrument that is beautiful. All right? The ego, listen, I want to be seen. There's a lot of here. All right. So anyway, I'm going to go slow to the things, because when you're going to have this conversation, and it's coming, because they're going to show up here with an apology. I don't know if they have already, but they are. Whether this happened in March. All right. Whether they happen in 4 days, 6 days. All right. So right now we're in the Aquarian energy, but something here after this is done. Okay. After that's done. All right. And then we got the two here. And so that for me is a lot of fire energy, which represents the month of April. All right. Well, yeah. Middle March, April. This is when the spring, when everything starts blossoming, feeling good. When the communication comes in, it's going to be from rationality, logic. Why am I so irrational? I don't understand that. So it goes through a lot of things here. So I feel disconnected. I miss you. I miss our closeness. All right. I care about you. I need more consistent. So these are gonna things I'm gonna say. If they're not emotionally regulating, you won't hear these things. You're gonna hear the same. You're gonna hear the same thing. All right. Okay. You're gonna see the same. You don't want to hear that. This is when you step in because you're gonna hear that. If you don't hear that, you're probably not. All right. I'm afraid to say this. If they're not afraid, all right, because this is not afraid. All right. This knows that it's protected. The inverted pentagram, the pentacle, however you understand this energy, was used as, of course, a symbol of ritual and a connection to the earth energy, the earth spirits. All right. It was very satanized back then when Levi Crossley, whatever his name is, all right, bring it into the demonic church or whatever. So this is why it keeps showing up. It's a symbol of protection with the earth energy, right? And the way they practice, what is it called? Harmonizing with the earth, They are rituals. They are things that they would, like, they kind of worship that God, however you understand the Saturnian energy. But this represents Saturn's energy. So there's a lot of things here that people can really understand, all right? So you don't want to dilute it with this because you might want to dilute it and you're not going to do that, all right? You're going to step back here, So you're going to want to dilute it, but don't do it, all right? So I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. I'm going to keep this energy here so we don't keep reliving this and really understanding that it's not what is vulnerability. It's not. I'm going to explain a little bit about vulnerability. Hey, G, again, I will watch this again after my work. All right. And what it's not and why this is going to be one of the most important lives that I ever done here as we move this judgment. All right. You don't want to bypass truth here because when you bypass truth, you're going to go back to this and this. Look. So this is the moment when they see it too. But they don't understand this. This is dark, and they don't understand they dark. This dark is used to grow, all right? When we use it to manipulate, to hurt others because we are unconscious, this is when it becomes scarcity, when we get stuck in that darkness, all right? See, it's like this. Like if you want a person, just because when it becomes toxic, when you have too much sex without feelings. You understand me? What you had to learn first is how to not share everything, especially feelings that could drown somebody. You're not being aware of them because then when you want them to open up emotionally, it's too late. You understand? You want something that they're not ready to give you. Now, could they be able to give to? Yeah. We could all ready to receive and give, but this is going to take a while. All right. And that's why people could read and never get to the truth because they take this out. When you get a reading, they satanize the heck out of this. And not understanding that we put ourselves here. But we got to understand this animal is here. And there's nothing you can do about this dark. The only thing you can do is integrate this sucker here. Say, hey, look, I know I got a little bit of good and a little bit of bad. Okay? And because nothing's perfectly good or perfectly bad. And our endurance and our persistence, they're going to show the strength of our character. So there's healthy boundaries that you have to set. All right? So let me take a quick break. All right? So understanding that devil card is the first step. You don't understand that devil card, you're going to try to avoid it. You're going to try to make excuses. You're not going to try to integrate that energy, and it's going to leave you stuck, and it's going to leave you always blaming. Oh, they so evil. My person is either really good or really bad. They're both. You just see them at their worst. When you see them at their worst, you don't have the tools to help them, so you're not going to do nothing. And of course, your protection is now, wait a minute, I got to go call the cops. You know? Of course you do. Of course you do. Yes. Anyway, I'll be right back. Let me take a quick break and I'll be back. This is a learning moment. I have 70 people in the house. So hi, does Matthew love me? He's coming back to me or waiting for nothing. Uh, we'll be right with you, but I'll be right back with I'm gonna finish the rest of this with happiness. All right. And this is all a learning lesson for everybody and to really understand that if I was study any card, it would be that devil card. All right, so you could really know what it's telling you. All right, when we open ourselves up too quick, we forget to look at this. We avoid this. We don't want to see this. None of us. I don't think none of us like we do. You know, they so kind, they so sweet, and then when that dark comes out, because it's gonna come out, then you start seeing the wow. Now I'm seeing things clearer now, but not really because it's a reaction. You know, you're not sleep. No, no, not really. But anyway, I'll be right back. Let me take a quick break. I have to use the bathroom. I gotta get me a quick snack because I burn a lot of energy. Right, the spiritual connection is here, but the energy gets low, so I gotta feel up. So if you guys want to take 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll be back, so we could talk about the healthy boundaries, how you're gonna feel, if they don't say that, you already know. And of course, they're not going to say that because they're not in that capacity here. All right. Our vibrational frequency here, the things that we hear here, we got to turn it up a notch. There's in certain timelines, there are messages that come in, but because it's subatomic here, we're not going to be able to connect. So we got to turn the frequency really, really high and understanding the moon's energy and how to amplify it. You'll be able to hear things. You could hear it. All right. But I don't think you're paying attention to the before it even happens because your body says so. So these are really connected to this a block box here. It's for a non-gravitational kind of energy there. So this card is so dope and so deep. But when we get ignorance involved, it doesn't leave you room to grow. You won't know what to make of it. You always think that everything. Yep, identity. It gets limit. Everything in our life is going to become a curse. Our identity is going to become small because we are limiting our identity to grow, to expand, because we get tied to one thing, either one religion, one way of doing things. We get spiritually numb, and I could go on and on, but let me take a quick break. All right. Let me see how much charge I got. I got 48% charge. Remember, she just talking at a rest. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shayna. All right. So let's just talk about vulnerability really quick before I help Miss Happy here make sense of the heart. The heart wants one thing, but your body wants safety. Okay? And basically here, vulnerability here. See, they vulnerable, they naked, right? When you become vulnerable too fast, because your heart has learned to reach. See, they reaching up. It learned to reach before learn to check for safety. Okay, so we're gonna name a little bit of what's happening here. Okay, so what happens when you share basically before safety exits, right? Or it exists to be mostly better at the words that I'm trying to say here because there's a lot. All right, so it turns into exposure. So now you expose. All right. So basically what it's saying here, that now you expose. So now you're baby raw. You're anxious. You're unsure. Anything that's going to land from this point moving forward, because there is here, you're going to come back to this because guess what? You went from here. Look, you're going to heal. And then you're going to start to feel trapped if you don't do the work that you have to do. Because the ultimate goal, all right, is that. To get to the truth. I feel very connected because they're going to say, I feel real connected to you. You got this hold on me, right? With this here, with this energy. A lot of beautiful words are going to be said. And you're going to move away from this. But then you're going to feel stuck. Hey, okay, Shona. So understanding that, all right? Remember, when you share early here, before the security of because remember, safety is at the core of everything that we do. Also, Rasha Ranch, all right? When we share early, all right, you bond faster than trust, all right? You're going to, emotionally, you're going to bond. Emotional bonding. That happens with each and every one of us, all right? But then when you start seeing the red flags because they're there. Or do you see the red flags, Or do you say, it feels good, I feel like I know them. All right, should I leave for Hawaii? If so, when? All right, I'll be right with you. All right? So right now, you might feel all these things, right? And so to really understand the truth, when you tell them, it's not going to be when you like if I let me see if I could get this clear for you because there's so much here, all right? When we form a sharing early, it creates emotional intimacy without relation consistency, right? So when your heart attaches here, it's like I have to have this proven reciprocity, which is not here, and to know the capacity that could hold here. All right, I don't know if I'm explaining that right. All right, because you have an imbalance here. And I think you know that because this is all about balance. When you understand the real balance that this brings to you, all right, without having the cruelty or the darkness of it. You understand what I'm trying to say here? All right? So the golden rule here, okay, that they're not going to reject. They're not going to reject your vulnerability. They're going to reject what vulnerability is asking them to do here, all right? So what you're going to say, they might even call you because you got the page of wands and they're going to say, I miss you. Something hurt me. I care about you. I need more consistency. Or if they're not telling you that, that they are not truly awake. Because to be truly awake in here, and I'm going to leave it here. All right? Because I feel like energy's pulling at me now in order for me to move forward. All right? Because I don't think you're going to understand this right away. Because our subconscious mind got to take everything in. All right? This is the one that takes things literally and it controls 95% of our everyday life. It goes autopilot. So I'm going to take it easy. All right? Because I'm going to go step by step. But at the same time, I want to read here. All right? For you guys. So to really understand this energy. Because they can seem receptive. Okay? But that's the thing that confuses you. Okay? They don't shut you down because they don't shut you down. All right? They don't say no. All right? But they don't have no follow through. So really to understand this, it's gonna take you to really to know yourself at the end of the day, you know? Because when you got unconscious love, well, you don't have it here. It's not on scars here because this is money. This is growing. I don't know if somebody has money. You understand me? So I'm gonna back up a little bit because I'm getting a little too ahead of myself because I want to give so much and I have other people waiting. All right. So I'm gonna wait till at least I have at least 50 people in here in the future. So I'm gonna talk about this again, okay? Because at the end of the day, vulnerability is gonna tell you the truth about how you feel, okay? What are you trying to protect any outcome here? So can they receive it? Absolutely, can they receive vulnerability? Are they ready? Not with this, not with this. All right. So we're gonna do healing. You're gonna step back because of course the hangman is all about, you know, being enlightened. That enlightenment comes later on. We're gonna do things from a fourth dimensional, and I don't want to get weird with anyone because I have a hard time explaining this because I use other mediums to explain it, and so now I gotta learn how to. What I have to learn here, and I forget, is to use baby words, and I can't do baby words here because I understand this as a fourth dimensional spiritual mind. All right, it's not here in this 3D dimensional mind where everything is so that the composure of the gravitational pull that the moon has on us and the darkness that it brings, and not seeing those shadows. So I speak so different here. So I'm gonna back off because this is a whole different kind of energetic explanation. So if I get lost with it, you hear because I don't have the baby words here, and because this card here, when it comes out, I understand. I know you guys understand this. As I will lay my life down for you, but there's so much more here when we limit our identity with the force. And I'm going to say it again: when we limit our identity, when a lot of the things that we do goes into war, we are so energized by that, right? That gossip, all right, we go into drama. It leaves us drained. Our energy, we get exposed, we get drained, and then we come up when we're clear. But when we're not clear, we go right back to the two, to the four, and we got to start this pattern. When we limit our identity, well, anyway, a lot of the weapons that we build go for war anyway. Now we got guns and other things. That's how I explain things. So we're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be more aware now. So, but when we anything in our life is gonna become a curse. Our intellect, first of all, is gonna become cursed. We're not gonna be able to tell the patterns if we don't really find the freedom. And it's your choice here. Do I free myself? Am I gonna be safe enough, or do I want to control the outcome? And if I don't control the outcome, why am I doing that? So this goes into more of a psychological process, you know. And so now having that Venus in Aquarius, I go back to Venus's energy, all right? And understanding that you're gonna have to start doing now. Now you could do it now with that energy. It's available to us through this a portal. When you get a portal of energy, you go into your consciousness, right? You go into this field of intelligence of network. You got it there, but you got to do the breath work. You got to try to find some time to meditate so you could connect to your higher self. Because your ego, because the struggle here is between your ego and your higher self. The inner child, and I always say that it wants you to parent it and guide it through the world. All right? But you cannot do it with feeling so much emotional and from, guess what? Shallow waters. You got to be willing to go deep. So the next time you come up for air, those things, that box is not, it can't contain but so much. All right? Though the dead, when the dead arrive, as you guys probably understand it. All right? All right? And okay, 90% of this morning really resonated and full of questions. I know. And I get so caught up because I cannot explain it. So I'm learning how to go back on the words that I already all right. And this is a subconscious level. All right. So when you start to understand those things, you start, setting because this is high demand. Because if you really look at it, nobody wants to get into a relationship and start setting boundaries. We open because we're looking for love. That person could be looking for sex, or they could just be looking for a hooker. We look for love. We want to connect. All right? We look for love. Ladies, listen, they might be looking for love too, but they're not aware. Remember that, listen, I'm going to tell you one important thing. They don't choose you. And the thing that you're not aware is that you choose them, and that is your boyfriend in your subconscious mind. They don't choose you. You think they choose you? Man, they don't choose you. I chose them. And so what we got to know how to do is reprogram my subconscious mind, okay? And learning how to turn this exposure, this vulnerability, all right? And being clear. So, because you want to get close. The bottom line is that I want to get close here, but I don't want to be, I want to feel safe, because safety is at the core of everything that we do. Even though we want love, we don't, damn, why am I so confused? You don't want to do that, because that probably just gave me a headache. Huh? You make them think. They do think. They don't choose us. They never. I'm going to give a quick explanation. I think probably why I just want to get so ahead, because there's so much that I want to say in so much little time. And then I know I have different words the way I explain this, and I take a little longer because I want you to understand this from different multiple angles. And then you choose which one resonates and make more sense. Because at the bottom of, at the end of the day, you want to get to the bottom of the truth, but you got to be willing to go deep. You got to go deep. If you shallow, you don't want to stay shallow here. All right? And understand really the sarcophagus, because you got to remember, there are hidden structures, even in our own earths, all right, our earth's oceans, that we still uncovering. There have been 20 years ago, there was fish, there were no fish in a certain part of the ocean, deep down, that we uncovering now. So this is the way I explain things. But anyway, all right, so you could really understand the meaning and being an awareness, all right, and knowing that you didn't do anything wrong, okay? Knowing someone is it's the age that you are looking for as a sense of humor, yeah. And able to walk their self as always 100% of self instead of hiding behind who they think they are. And that's very hard to find. Yeah, absolutely. So let me give it, so before I go to the next question, your boyfriend is your subconscious mind, period. And when you start reprogramming your subconscious mind to the boyfriend that you really want and create the life that I really want, because here you could do that. You could create basically with the moon's power, with that dark energy that you are basically, you're afraid to show it. You're afraid to show that light. You got to show it. It's part of it. Ain't going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. It's going to turn to, when am I going to be seen? All right. But anyway, listen, just remember that nobody chooses you. We choose them. All right. That left eye, our energy is too powerful. We bring life into the world. Yeah, we need the seed to some extent. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to come off like that. Ooh, we learn what we don't know. We ask the stupid questions because it's all right. I got to stay informed. At least twice a week. You don't got to be over informed. Informed once a week is just enough. All right. So understand that, and I'll give a little bit of the way it happened for me, and maybe you guys probably could resonate. So at my job, I'm a driver, and so I was in my bus. I was sitting there. I was ready to go out, and I had the one gentleman come up to me, and then he was fine. I was like, wow. I said, oh boy. And I knew, exactly what you want, right? You know exactly, you know what you want, right? Because you cannot not know what you want. Like, you know what you want, and that's what you get. All right. And now is you got to nurture, you got to heal it, but you got to have more, you got to get more tools. All right? You know what you want. It's in your subconscious mind. You know what you want, and it comes to you, and you're not aware of it. You're not aware of it. Oh, this came to me again? You're not aware of it. It is wrong to say that you won't talk to anybody under the age of 25. Uh, well, that's what they put in their subconscious mind. Yeah. Remember, we subconscious period at the end. Most of the things that we learned, we have a whole program going on, and we belong part of the system. But anyway, so that's what happened to me, and exactly what I wanted, but I didn't knew that other stuff. And so yeah, so be mindful of what you think, and reprogram your subconscious mind. All right. Okay, what was the question? Let me go back to the question. So who asked me a question? Heidi. Did it? All right, ask me. I think I was with Morgan. Happy, I'll see you again. Oh, Shayna. Was it Shayna? Shayna? Who was next? I didn't eat. I'm sorry. I didn't eat a full breakfast. I didn't eat a full breakfast before I came in. Yeah, I didn't eat a full breakfast. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What to add, what not to add. Everybody got their own ways and to handle a relationship, but we handle them wrong because we are afraid to stand in our power. All right? All right. So I'm waiting for your question, and then I'm going to move forward. All right? All right. You ready? All right. So your question is, when should I leave to Hawaii, or if I should leave away? You should leave anyway? Oh, okay. I like that. Let's see if you get the chariot. If that chariot comes out, if not, if it's anything else, remember that is a here card. Let's go ahead. That's airplane tickets. That's the only one for me. The judgment is the airplane ticket for me. I have to charge my phone. My phone is acting up. Let's go ahead. Shayna Taylor. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Yes or no? Are you packed up already? You packed up? One more. Hawaii. Yes or no? Let's see here. Thank you. One more. Love makes us do crazy things. Yeah, but you gotta really, yeah, listen. Hey, goddess. Gratitude, God. Divine Father, how are you? The King is here. Knowing your sovereignty is very important. I got so much. Sometimes I come in with so much energy, and then that happens when something is not ready yet. So I just gotta back off. Let's go ahead. One more. One more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but you gotta be. I want you to be mindful. Hopefully you don't get the moon. You gotta be mindful with your yeah. It's not gonna happen now. Let me see. No. In the summer. All right. Let me see what else. Yeah. Okay. So don't act here right now. All right. Six of Swords. Yeah, not right now. Yeah. Yeah, not right now. You know that already. All right? No, not right now. Hold on a minute. Don't make impulse decisions here because later on. So hold on. Continue to save here. All right, you got the King of Pentacles, and you know this energy stays with you, or this is about building. Wait, collateral security. All right. Anyway, you want to buy an airplane ticket. This, cause see, this is the 8. This goes with all the 8s, and I can just confirm that for you. I am grateful for you too. So anyway, your card show you the same thing. Good. So always believe in your first. Always believe in you. Always believe in your instant. Because you're ready to drop. You drop. You ready to drop something here. I don't know exactly what it is. You drop. It's something that you go through here. It's got to do with your. It's not even your moon. All right, which is important, of course. Like I said, integration. All right, how to integrate these two. All right. This for me is more like a mother kind of energy, and then he represents you, of course, your excitement. So you gotta correct your excitement. I don't know when the no, it's not even the sun's energy. You got a lot of positive qualities, a lot of strength here. The infinity symbol is of course the universal energy and connecting to that field. That's great. But where's the sun right now? The sun is in Aquarius. All right. So the sun is in Aquarius is gonna give you, because it's all about networking, unexpected events. I want to move, that's intellect, like something here that you want to expand. But this is represents the Chariot, and this is buying a lottery ticket, a plane ticket. It's almost the 7 of Cups, but more fierce. All right, it's like it's more fierce. Okay, so the thing here is that you might want to buy a plane ticket. You might want to move a whim. It's not going to do good. Don't do that. All right? Because you got the strength there. You can plan boom, but you got to know something about your moon. All right? I want to buy a plane ticket. I want to, because there's serious stakes here. All right? The seven of Wands is a card of, all right, not only standing your ground, protecting your assets here. No, don't do it. You know that you shouldn't do it anyway. This king doesn't need to come out in reverse. All right? Because there's serious personal matters here. Deciding to quit your job and a relationship and move across. Why are you doing this? Is the why? High financial stakes here. All right? So, yeah, and no, you guys got that early. You guys got all the time running, running, running. At some point, you're going to have to face, you got to face this. For somewhere you believe that it's okay. The good guy is ruining your life, basically. You got to stop. You know that. But so you're going to learn here little by little, because we're going to go real. This strength card is the one, I think, to me, doing tarot and having to learn a lot of things new. Man, this strength card goes on and on. I mean, they all do. But listen, one of the things about the Judgment, it stops. It stops. This one doesn't stop. All right, so you're in high stakes here. All right. If you do that, if you go on a whim to another country, I don't know exactly what country this card is. I had do I do them yet? All right, I don't think I did them yet. All right, I don't know if because I'm taking care of parents. This is like for me. I'm moving. There's moving. I'm trying to get everything ready. I want to purchase something. I want to do this. I want to, you want to do a lot. You're great. I get it. I get it. Right. But if you live here on a whim, that's going to be long-term impact on your life. Not right now. You cannot. All right. So a year or 4 years. All right. Because they give you the number 4. Even if you're trying to invest, I don't know if you're trying to look for a house. Okay. Or you want to invest some money. No. All right. Okay. All right. So no, not for a very long time. Okay. It's going to cost you. Don't do that. You gotta learn a little bit about the moon and with your energy, with the sun's energy right now. All right. So what could you be profiting from? Like what could benefit you at this point? All right. So no more running from your fears. You know the strength card very well. Not as only the strength card is a fear card, but the strength card is also, listen, I'm going to just tell you something really quick. All right. The Strength card is I gotta check the excitement. I want you to check your excitement. What things bring you a lot of excitement, because that energy of the animal, he got to walk beside you, right? And you gotta let that animal know, which is you, because he's your best friend. You, your own best friend. He's gonna be that animal, the feminine side. Cause that's a masculine energy. All right. Also, can I give you a test, or it can be yeah. Also, it could give you a test, or it can be a big blessing. Yeah, but the animal is next to you. You got to keep the animal checked. You have to. That is your masculine. That's your logic, and that is basically your authoritarian. You got to put a little more authoritarian in there. That's what the strength. I mean, there's a lot of things. Like I said, the strength card. Everybody has ways of dealing with the strength card, and what does it look like? Because the energy is all about the survival. You got to understand the animal. All right, and we could go many ways when it comes to our survival. All right, I know that you're a girl. I'm not saying that you're doing it things from the masculine side. All right, your softer side is up. The animal is the one that you need to check. All right, you got to the strength card is a very masculine energy. All right, and so although you might think so, but you have to check, because I'm looking at this. When I look at this card, I'm looking at the sun. I'm looking at the animal, okay? And the animal is a card that gets excited when he see things, okay? So that I can only explain it to you like that, all right? You know it's somewhere different, all right? So because you probably saying to yourself, how long can I hold this? How long I can manage this, okay? You minimize your needs here. There's something that you do here, all right, that you don't have to. Because it's all about, for me, at the end of the day, it's all about bringing your masculine and your feminine side together. They two need to be in agreement and alignment. You got to understand, because then that infinity symbol is one of the most powerful symbols. There's a wave of energy that could come in at any time, meaning that portal will open, all right? But when to be really grounded and not to get carried away with the excitement of buying things or moving and want a house, we all want that. You understand? So that's why it's really stand your ground and do the work that you have to do. So really to understand, that card is not an easy card, because everybody has made it so little, and it's not. All right. So let me see what you said. All right. We got to really understand, how long can I hold this? Can I make this work if I try harder? Don't do it from your masculine. Add some feminine energy in there. They got to be integrated. When you really know how to integrate that, sure, we could do tarot. I mean, I could set that up 2 years ago. But to really understand what this really infinity symbol represents, there are messages, there are portals of energy that are going to open, that are more sensitive, that is going to be more tailored to your needs. When you're not embracing that, when you're trying to do, I know it. When you try to do everything from your intellect, from your left, from your masculine, well, the feminine is the left side. All right, using your right, that is when you lose your left, your eye of intuition, when that crosses, right, because you have the infinity, you need to understand that they're portals of energy. If not, they close, and then your past, present, and future, they'll start feeding off each other, and you're never going to be. I'm telling you, not that you're never going to be able to do it. It's going to take you a lot more longer. All right, so you really got to understand that strength. That strength. If it was easy, we would all be doing it. So to really go deeper, all right, and you have to feel it in your body, not just your head. All right, remember, your body is going to sense a lot of things here. So the danger. All right. Remember that the animal needs to be happy. It needs to be safe. And again, safety. All right. So when you look at your survival and expand your sense of self, all right, a gentle, firm, so you could start, learning how to reprogram. Because it's all about reprogramming here. All right. So you don't have to silence parts of yourself, okay, to keep anything alive. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, with time, things take time here, and because I think I feel like going into love. All right. So with that being said, what else I got? I got a lot to share here, but I'm gonna leave it there. We really need to know how to calm the animal and what the animal is really trying to tell you and what it needs to be happy. But when we don't tap into that field of intelligence, all right. it'll have tremendous effects on your life, and then sometimes it could be not too late because you could always start again, but it will take you a little longer. All right. So don't let other people's they don't determine your worth. All right. And just be willing to go ahead and look more in depth, take time to study more, especially if you do tarot, so you could really believe in yourself, because you amazing. Libras are one of the people that are most amazing, but they try to rationalize anything. But when you connect to the universal mind, it's incredible. I mean, you got to see yourself as this whole and how you impact on yourself and others. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna take one more break. I'm gonna come back. I gotta charge my phone. Really understand that the energy here. When we constantly in the states to survive anyway. I'll be right back. Blender says what? All right, let's continue on. I got another 40 minutes and then I'm out of here. I'm going to try to do a collective to talk a little bit about. Oh, and John. Oh, okay. I read your message now. Give me a minute to answer your message. It's not that I'm ignoring it. It's that it's a lot. When you put a lot of energy, I'll come back and read it. All right. So what is it? What it is with that strength card? You know. But as I want to move next, I want to go into a little bit of the self, the sovereignty, and that energy is about self authority. And we get the queens, a lot of kings, of course. This energy has to do with kings and queens. So how to really stand in your sovereignty, Miss Shauna, she got Shauna. She got that really standing in your authority and all right, and to understanding you got to understand the animals in front of you. The animal needs to be checked and next to you. So, okay, because it's exciting. How's the only way that I could keep that animal quiet? So really understanding the hands, the why, how to open the lion's mouth. So really understand that deep. We need to go deep with that energy and what the sovereignty looks like and what it's not. Okay, let's go ahead here with a collective. Unless somebody has a question, I'm going to move forward. Those that are here, those that have ears, let them hear, and know how to be really still and let life unfold. All right, we're in a constant rush, and then we make out what we're supposed to learn, right? So we rush it at first, but when we already did it, okay, now how do I do it different? Because I don't really understand, and then somebody's confusing me, and I'm tired of being confused. So we're gonna break some stuff down here, y'all. You don't want to stay too shallow here. You want to go deep. There's too much shallowness going on. When we get to the 21st, it's still shallow. So we really, no, it's open and it's vulnerable, but it's not speaking truth. I am not bypassing truth here to make anyone uncomfortable. All right. If I make you uncomfortable here, if you click off, I did my job, and that's all that matters at this time here. I love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking this live. I appreciate you wholeheartedly, and how to quiet. All right. And to step into your energy. All right. So what should I do? Basically, why should I do the work, All right? Because when you step into that power, a lot of you guys are frozen. Not frozen, but this time you're stuck on that 7 of Pentacles. When you get stuck on the 7, it's telling you get stuff done. And you don't have to work so hard. It's just that simple. Your relationships, they could be so simple, but because we don't have the tools, we have the tools, I think we ignore it. Like, oh, I just want to just go eat and sleep and, go to work and have sex and go with my friends and hang out. Then sometimes we got to be like, I can't do that right now. I did that, been there, done that. All right? So even if you get this energy of strength, am I doing it right? All right? Let's go ahead. One more. And the quiet power shift in sovereignty. All right? That is the moment that you stop asking life, love, fear, and other people for permission to be yourself. So if I could explain sovereignty, like with the president of the United States, right? He needs permission, right? To go to other places. All right. Yeah. In life, true in life, when we go travel, we of course got to get a visa, passport, but we don't need, that's the only permission that we need to travel, right? On our journey here, we get to do it for free, but we don't have the money, and that money brings us the freedom, okay? So let's see what they want to give us here for the collective, all right? One more. And then I'll say what sovereignty is not. Let me start with saying what sovereignty is not, but let me see what we get here. If we get the what's his name? The emperor here. He's wearing a nope. There we go. So we got control over the land. Okay, so we got control over the land. All right. And they say that the devil has control. That's you. Recognizing you. All right. And it's vulnerable. You got to recognize that with truth, all right? Because he speaks the truth. He speaks the truth. He's showing you that he's showing you when the sun and the moon has that perfect balance, all right? Depending on your moon, he's showing you your truth. This is who I am. He's showing you when you integrate, they showing you, all right? But I don't want to see it. No. All right? 2 of Pentacles. What do you see? What? Oh, feels like 6 of Cups. One more. Let me see here. 8 of Cups. All right. So how not to we have a prime abandoning. All right. Do I want to keep going? I want to keep going because I'm waiting for that. There you go. Oh my goodness. The Wheel of Fortune and the 6 of Wands. So balance. So they want to talk about balance. They want to talk about the changes, the earth energy that we embody, this energy. All right. Of course, this is the gravitation, the whole. Like when we are patient, when we really be still and let life happen, right? Because if you're in this energy and you haven't grown here, then there's changes that need to be made. All right. When we do it with moral steadiness, all right. When we're in a gravitational pull, like we don't get swayed. You have to have this energy here because understanding the forces of the universe, right? We harmonize ourselves, with the laws of the universe, right? If we don't harmonize ourselves, then we get pulled in any direction and we wind up making a mess, all right? Even if it sounds mean, or right? Because I gotta be this mean, and I don't really want to be mean, all right? Because then it goes into cruelty and then I'm gonna feel bad and then I say this, just so we go through a lot of different emotions at the end of the day. But when we sovereign, see here, when we sovereign, all right, you choose when it's on, because this is uncomfortable, right? This is very uncomfortable, even to look at it. All right. So you stop asking life, fear, and other people for permission to be yourself because you want to be yourself, right? That is that moment that you stop, that you choose, because you got to choose, all right? This is about, you got to choose. We all got choices. This 6 go with choices. I'm surprised the lovers didn't show up now, all right? So it really doesn't want to talk about, a little bit of love, a little bit of everything here, the roller coaster ride that we go through, the ups and downs in life, dealing with the ups and downs in life, family, how to have the balance between those things and taking care of so many things, because we have to take care of our children if we have children, our careers, right? Because you got to, when you're in a position of leadership, you got to set boundaries. But we're boundary challenged because we want everybody to be comfortable. We just go to these extremes, right? But you choose even when it's comfortable. You listen to your inner truth, all right? And sometimes we don't do that. And this is the inner truth, but you don't want to look at that. Oh, no. No, that's not part of me. Then you'll never grow. You'll never grow. You'll forever go around this wheel wondering what happened. How did I get so lost? How did I wind up here? Don't cling on to only the highs, right? You cling on to the highs, and when you get to the lows, you panic. But this here, it's like a little imp, whatever you call this, little dragon. And it got long memories. It's very clever and witty. And then you look at the snake. The snake here, you're going to get out of quickly. So if you're looking for, an easy way out, no. All right, because you're going to go right back around. You have to you got to get knowledge. You got to get, not only culture, but you really got to expand here because you're responsible for Jupiter's energy, right? The stars are going to bring you the truth anyway. No matter how you try to avoid it, it's going to bring you back. The sooner, the better, the faster. Okay? You act from alignment here. All right? Not fear of loss. Your own needs without apology. All right? And you don't negotiate. You don't negotiate your worth to keep a connection. You don't do that when you're sovereign, when you're in your sovereignty. All right? Because sovereignty is when you feel calmer, you start feeling calm. You stop over-explaining over and over and over again. All right? You tolerate disappointment without collapsing. You don't have to collapse. All right? Or you rather, right, be aligned. Let me go back over here because I'm pulling them back and forth. I'm going to be pulling them back and forth. Okay? And you stop waiting for clarity before you become. Because if you're waiting for clarity before you become sovereign, you're going to feel stuck. All right? And then you're going to repeat the cycle again. All right? Because a lot of people think the magician doesn't have time to multitask. That's one thing that gets me crazy. I'm surprised the magician didn't show up here. All right? All right? The magician represents hands, and this is here. That goes here. It's hands on the destiny. He's hands-on, all right? Because you already have everything, okay? When you do that, you delay, all right? You delay things. And so, because the magician's not here, I'm not going to discuss it. I really wanted that card to come out, but it didn't. But I really wanted to, but it didn't. But it's okay because we got these, all right? I'm sorry, he's all the way down here. No, where he's at? Nope, he don't even want to come out. Because you have to tap into that infinite God of the mind, the universal mind, and understanding a little bit about the universe and the mentality that it brings us, and of course, the uncertainty, the scary, so we don't become trapped. Because the cycles of time would trap us, all right? When we don't use half of our brain anyway. I don't even think we got time because we constantly working. I got to work so hard, all right? I gotta make accommodations for any habits because, of course, the animal you got the animal. You are made of the animal, so it's gonna want the pleasures of the earth. How can you not? It's controlled by the five senses: what I see, what I feel, what I taste, and what I touch. How can you not? All right, but you rather just, oh no, let me go away. I don't want to look at that. Oh, that's not me. Yeah, well, all right. Should I turn him around? All right. He has to be, this person has to be, whoever resonates with this. All right. Needs to build confidence. Hey, Deepra. Okay. So to really understand the energy that's in front of you, we need to learn how to change our frequency. Like we got to do it like yesterday. That means you got to set a frequency. You got to stick to it. You got to keep adding every day so it could get amplified. You're going to hear it. Here, you can't hear it. Okay, you don't hear from without hearing range. Okay, that's why the animals always showing up here. All right, the animals could hear it. And anyway, ghosts were used for fertilization. You know, the gods, they worship the gods. You know, these people worship the gods, and they would say, "Oh, put the blood, the lamb or the blood goes here," and the fertilization it grew. It gave them a good harvest, basically. All right, but you're not aware of that. So sovereignty here is not control of others. All right, it's not emotional armor, because they're naked. All right, it's not independence at all costs. It's not that. All right, it's not cutting people off not to feel the vulnerability. That's not what it is. All right. So, and then at worst, oh, I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone. True sovereignty, it still allows love, right? Softness and connection, just not at the expense of yourself. You can't, I mean, you could do it. You've been doing it. So you got to be really, really clear. All right? So you stop waiting for clarity and you become it. Because you got to be real clear. Because you got to make choices. All right? And we all have to make choices. We all have to adjust. All right? The moment you do that, especially when it comes to love here, right? Because when it comes to love, okay, you don't abandon yourself. A lot of you guys think that you abandon. No, you go back. No, you abandon yourself to be chosen. Now I want to abandon myself to be chosen. All right? You don't wait indefinitely to be met. All right? You state your needs clearly. All right? And you accept the answer without chasing it. One thing about sovereignty, it doesn't force us love. It's going to reveal the truth. And then you say to yourself, well, I got all this great stuff. You just said that. So then we'll go back to the moon. Because in the moon, there's a reaction that your body knows it. You're not aware of it. There's a reaction each month that you do that either paralyzes you, it freezes you. You want to do it, but you hesitate. You hold back. You hold back. You don't believe in yourself. Not because of that, because you don't understand the energy, the other dark side of Mother Nature herself. You don't understand that. And because of that, listen, the wheel of fortune, things are going to happen. The wheel is going to continue to turn. All right. Aligning ourselves with and having not only the alignment, but the harmony, right? And being open to whatever the universe, right? Because when you align yourself, you understand, you know what? I'm going to stand right here in my truth, right? And no matter what happens, I'm not going to collapse, right? I'm going to hold true to my sovereignty because I know I'm sovereign, right? So we say we're sovereign in the Lord. All right. So understanding the rules is very important, not only for your mental, spiritual, being vulnerable, having those conversations, being true to yourself, because when it turns responsibility, where is it? I put it away. It frees you. It frees you. So when we look at the wheel, it moves, of course, it moves in cycles. What's been stuck is shifting. What's been hidden is going to come out into motion. All right. A lot of times that card appears when, of course, fate is stepping in. All right. It could be just a great time. You could just be having a great time. You could be going to a game show. All right. You could just be having a great time. All right. But when fate steps in, it's not by force. It's not doing that by force. It's because you need an alignment. All right. You need an alignment. You don't have to be in the savior. So you got to ask yourself, am I the savior here? Am I the one that comes to the rescue all the time? Where am I? I'm the one that always tries to multitask, try to find solutions. How do I say no? Do I go with the flow? So learning how to do some things, and when we are dealing with the unexpected, because you could lay the day that you want to see. You could set a frequency really, really high, and then to be okay with the outcomes. That's to really stand in my sovereignty, and I'm gonna be in alignment no matter what happens because I trust. Trust in the first of all in yourself, and what the universe, and how to really embody this wheel of fortune. When things don't work out, I'm gonna be okay. All right. I gotta shadow check myself. All right. So how to really don't cling to the highs or panic. Don't interpret the delays as a failure. It's not a failure. All right. Don't resist the endings that are meant to rotate. Because remember, the wheel is always in motion. All right. So don't try to control outcomes here. How to really embody and live this beautiful, scary, because it's scary. So, oh, wow. Okay, say yes. Especially now in the wax and gibeahs that we have in right now. Say yes. If you said some affirmations, right? Because you say affirmation, and when it comes to the matters of the heart, quickly, what I don't know, I learn, and what I know, I stay true to myself. I believe in myself. I'm gonna go right back to the Hierophant because the Hierophant wanted to come out, but I was like, no, stay there, okay? I'm gonna connect to my spirit, my heart. I'm gonna start to stay centered, all right? I'm gonna value myself, my spiritual. Now we'll talk about spirituality because it's a whole different energy between that and religion. So you don't really get caught up with all the bull crap, all the unnecessary noise. All right, start creating what your dreams are telling you. All right, you have a spiritual purpose, a physical, and bridging those gaps is what is important here. All right, you don't have to go to no external authority. These structures, there are these grades that you got to work through. You don't have to join a religious institution, which is different from spirituality. All right. I don't got to go complete this course to get to God. Okay. I don't got to get to the next grade. There are no programs and there are no rights to forms and to fill out. So when you start understanding that, that's when you're really doing your shadow work. When you really could step up, right, and be seen as the only, the animal. Well, it's not going to show you the animal. What your reactions do, right? Other people see it, but you can't see it. Other people do. You might think, oh, wow, no. Other people see it, but you don't. And it's going to come out, it's more prevalent at that time. Because the shadow is telling you, I want to be seen. What you got me hiding? You're smothering the hell out of it. So now how to really embrace that and not be scared of it because it's what gets, you're here, right? You grew out of that. And so really embrace your dark, your shadow, and to bring it to light and let it really be seen. All right? Nobody's perfect, basically. What I'm trying to say, we're not even perfectly good or perfectly bad. So we go work between the extremes of the polarities, because I haven't used that word in a while, when we understand that the universe creates, both, and these things in life, they're like that. They're gonna exist when we move into, like, if I leave here today, I affirm, how I want my day to go. Sometimes I don't come out, it don't turn out like that. I don't crumble, I just laugh. Sometimes it goes beautiful. I'm like, wow, you know. One day I was walking, I said my affirmation. I do it every day. I do prayers, and I do everything that I have to do for my higher self. I connect with that every day. But this one day, I don't even think I did something it was early in October. And when I walked, I left the bank, and there was about $500 worth of costumes, and they gave them all to me. You want to step into that so you could help. And I didn't use it for me. I didn't make no money out of it. Guess what I did? I gave it away. I shared with the community. I knew the lesson. Some people profit from it. Some people, they won't. You are given things so you can see how you're going to do. Are you going to contribute to the creation? Or are you going to misuse it? Are you going to just waste the gift of life? If you knew how important and your worth here, but when you leave this out because you've been told by religious so many things, study, educate yourself to know the devil energy, and your life. You live, you die, so we look at both, because you live, you die because you live, so you just really understand that it's not an easy thing. But yeah, you're used to certain things, so you stay stuck there. And then you call everything random or, whatever, you don't really understand. And you get stuck. You get stuck. You get stuck. You want to get stuck. I want to be the good guy. I just want to be the good guy. And then that good guy is basically ruining a lot of our lives. But how to really be kind and how to be gentle, how to be an authority without coming out as an ass. You know what I mean? That you don't have to put on this mask. Because we wear masks anyway. So I was getting to that part. How to be kind and assertive at the same time. How to be gentle and firm. How to use your strength, but put that into the love. Because we grow from love at the end of the day. This grew because of love. You don't give birth to somebody and then they turn out like an ass. It doesn't work like that. All right? We all are here because of one thing. Love. All right? And that love is the most powerful, the cohesive, the glue that hold all things together. So whatever's keeping you stuck, whatever's holding you here, these chains, I know there's a lot of religious, well, not religious, there's a lot of spiritual music that talk, we got this chain, he's a chain breaker. If you need love, I know a lot of them, and I connect and I sing them and I love them and I enjoy them. But I now understand this energy different. Without the spiritual song, because spirituality is a connection to stand in truth and to be aware, and a connection to the stars, the universe, because you are made from the very elements. So if you look at the periodic table, you are basically oxygen, carbon. Just look at your body. Just study a little DNA. Just study a little bit without getting too deep into it, because then YouTube will stop me. So I had to hold back a lot. But listen, you guys read between the lines. You could take this and say, you know what? I'm really going to stop finding out about my shadow. Where's my shadow hiding? When does it react? Because it reacts. You can't see it. I'm going to say it one more time. You can't see it because it's a reaction. Okay? Other people might see it. You might not even notice it because you're so used to it. All right? And you're thinking, okay, that's okay. No. You could either be too much, all right? Or you could be, I don't know. What's another word for, because I want to say a word, but I really don't want to say it. All right? Don't be scared of this energy, because this is all about, all right, moral steadiness, okay, gravity, composure, how to really restrain. So I have a self-restraint, all right? I don't have to wear this chain to, right? Or even work. I don't have to stay here. I don't have to have a short leash. I want to do so many other things. I don't have to stay here. Because if you're not growing in this darkness, so what are you really doing? Because according to them, and it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to speak your truth. If you were a person, if you just like them for security, because we all do, because this is about security, then you tell them. If you like them for their body, if you just want sex, you tell them, I just want sex. But you got to be honest with people when you meet them. No, they're not gonna like it. Are you gonna say it right away? You're devious. Your other side. You know it. We know it. We're not stupid. Hey, honey. So say it. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. Don't restrict. Don't hold back the things that you really want to say and think it's gonna go away. And then, because then you start putting. Well, anyway, we put ourselves. We took the place of the animal. All right. So understand, the animal's telling you, "Ha ha, I'm really in control." All right. And I'm gonna stay here until you bring me out. Be truth. Be vulnerable. All right. And can a lot of people receive their vulnerability? Yeah, but at a superficial and a very shallow level. They're not gonna be willing to go in deep, baby. Ooh wee. Hey, Devin Hawk, honey mustard. Oh, I thought he said hi, honey. I forgot that I got the best dipping sauce ever. So for those that have ears, let them hear. Yeah, the devil energy, of course, satanic. Somebody's doing a witchcraft. Somebody's doing a satanic, going to churches and cults and all kinds of crazy. I don't pay attention to none of that stupidness. I know exactly what it's telling me. All right? And so, yeah, like, look, the way I see is this. There's a couple of young kids that get together around a table. They form a science. They start connecting to the earth spirits, right? Because they're supposed to worship them, so they could give them power, right? So why the hell, like this? Why in the world? Because if they give you power to hurt somebody, secret, because this is secret, shh, right? If you have that power, why the hell are you gonna go get a gun and shoot them? That's stupid. That means you don't got no power. Oh, sweat. I can't explain it better than that. Yeah. So you think you're worshiping these gods, you're there doing seance, thinking that you're moving energy, connecting to spirits of the dead or the creatures of the land, however the hell you want to do this card. But I understand it's so much different because I had to really grow into it and really understand it. Because yeah, I used to get scared of it. I'm like, wow, I don't want the devil. But just picture that. You in there and then you gotta go and kill somebody with your hands when you could do it with your mind? Man, get out of here. That's stupid. But anyway, all right, that's how come a lot of this stuff don't work. So don't be scared when you see this card. All right? Don't be scared when you see this card. Somebody's doing, you're not hurting somebody. You're not doing visions. All you're doing is working hard. You got a short leash here. You got a short leash on spending. You like to look good. You like good things. You like good food. You like to have sex. You like your drugs. You like your stuff. You know what you like. All right? Say it. Be true so you can set you free. Because it always says the truth will set you free. All right? So speak your truth. Yeah, I like it. I like sex. Shit. I like drugs. I like to smoke weed. I like to drink alcohol. I like to eat chocolate cake. I like to do stuff. I like to eat fried foods. I like earthy foods. I want to enjoy the earth. Shit, I'm an animal. I gotta learn. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. If anybody has a question. I mean, see, if I was doing a reading, it would take this long. So it's really hard for me to really do a reading. And this because I don't leave no cards behind. I'm not going to get a few cards like this and give you a little reading. You won't get that here. I want you to face your fears and face the things that you're uncomfortable with. So if you came here to be comfortable, it ain't going to happen. At least say, man, yeah. When we try to mask it and we could dress it up real cute. But when the moon goes, when your moon acts, it's gonna show this. And the sooner that you deal with this, you will set free, you will heal, all right? And you won't have to be wearing no bandages. You could get out because the swords are down, all right? What are you surrendering to? Do you have that? Do you surrender? Your smaller will here, by the way, all right? Are you harmonizing with the natural orders, the cosmic energy of the universe? Are you harmonizing with the divine order, basically? All right? Because it says a lot of things to you. All right? But if you want to live in guilt, shame, I got all these desires, how to calm that animal, how to really go in. All right? Go ahead and ask a question. I'll be right back. But anyway, thanks for the ones that like and that I really try to understand. But this is going to take so much conditioning in order for you to embrace you. And so you can become whole, basically. All right, because you are here, right? The rotation, and we have the Yaheh Vaheh. I want to explain this at another time and know how to cleanse the memory, because you got to, another thing about this energy, you got to learn how to cleanse your genetic memory, because if not, you become cyclical, a cycle. You become a cycle. You get stuck in the patterns. You're going to get stuck in them. All right. Right now, you're around them. But when you get to this card, now you got a pattern that you don't even understand how the hell you got there. And that's the scary one. Right now you don't. Right now you're not stuck. There's a frustration here. You're almost there. Then you're gonna get trapped in your patterns. And when you get stuck in those patterns, ooh wee. But you're not there. When you get this, you're not there. There's a frustration here. All right, because now you're suppressing. Now you know you want to have, you want to do things. You know that. If you're with somebody, tell them, man, I want to be seen. A lot of times this, because why? Because we dating a married man. We want to go out. There's times here they don't show up on time. You know what you want. So manifest the life that you want. There with somebody else. Oh, you with somebody, but I got to sleep with you. Yeah, like I could go on and on in this energy. But anyway, go ahead, go ahead and ask. You know that. Now you're suppressing your feelings to keep the peace. No. You say it one time and you let it land. You don't go back all the way explaining. So now you're stuck being the good guy. Now all the feelings, everything that you suppress them. They all no words, nothing. I'm just gonna take it. Somewhere you've been told that it's okay to take it, to live in silence. It's okay. No, it's not okay. All right. So you are your own medicine anyway. At the end of the day, okay. You be your own success. You rescue yourself. All right. You don't need nobody to do that for you. But to understand your mind, to understand your divine nature, your true nature, you need both. You need your masculine and your feminine. These two got to come together and be sent and be in agreement. Okay? And this is basically your sacred, your sex, but it is the dark side of Mother Nature herself. Those are the things that you're not allowed to. No. All right? And religious organization, no. You're not allowed to know that. Don't go looking. All right. When you find out the truth, you'll be like, oh shit. But anyway, there's a lot of things that I see for our protection. I'm gonna take another break, and I'll be back. I got another 10 minutes, and then I'm out of here. I'll be right back. Okay, who's asking me a question? Hey, Arlene BJ, BJ. Z feelings and thoughts for me. He's a Virgo and I am a Taurus. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the channel. Can I ask a comment? SM? Yeah. So we have two people here that are asking. Are you still here? If you're still here, come in. I'll continue on this over and over and over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over and over, because it's gonna show up over. And then I want to get into a little bit into the hangman. Yeah, that goes back to Thoth. that go back. That go back. That yeah, because Neptune is going in the first house, and that's all about things are about to change. Is she still here or she left? All right, if you're here, come on in, and then learn a little bit about the shadow. So the main focus is here is going to be the shadow, the integration, and how that's supposed to happen, a slow process as you start to things. A lot of things are going to be exposed. So basically, when you get the moon, the things that are hidden, your shadows are going to start to act out. Learn them. Learn how you react to things when certain things happen. What is the sun and moon in perfect balance, full and new moon, and that's going to expose something in your, depending on where it's at in that sector. Okay, it could be something with your parents, you, your children, things that you're uncomfortable with. That's your nurture and your ego together, trying to find a compromise, sort of about feeling whole, and that only lasts for a very short moment. So how to really, right, integrate. All right. Remember that things just don't heal. They move. Timing unlocks and effort meets you where reciprocity appears. So really understanding when the shadows integrated. Okay. So either you give more than is sustainable, or you hold back what should be reshare. I see a lot of that here. So either those two will block your flow anyway. They freeze in time, and they both drain your power. So really understanding that. Hey, Tracy, Australia, welcome, Tracy McCollum, ninth. 8314. Welcome. All right, so understanding that, especially if you're in a Six of Pentacles energy. All right, and working with that shadow. Shadow isn't bad anyway. So really understanding the shadow is one of the most important things, and how to ground quietly and to at least use some affirmations as you go through these challenges, right? And if you're, a lot of things here are love will feel frozen because you need to be in harmony, or you need to get some rebalance back, so you don't keep repeating the same patterns. You don't get trapped repeated patterns, okay? And then you look at what's going on with different people, all right? So really to learn that integration needs to happen, all right? So the key to really understand that's underneath, all right? It's Australian Day today. Happy Australian Day. Hi, Ken. My question. I'm a new subscriber. Go ahead, ask your question. I'm ready to go. All right, at 2:54. And so, right? If you got fear of choosing yourself, all right? I'm fear of choosing myself if I have to lose the connection, all right? So, like I don't want to be the one that ends the relationship, or whatever it is, or the waiting, because choosing yourself will force truth, and then truth is gonna feel final. Okay, so what you say here, my ex is sad about our breakup. Oh, is he sad? Does he still love me? That good question, because a lot of people say that, like, oh, they just need time. That doesn't mean they don't love you. And understand what love is. All right. So really, I think I want to talk about love on Friday. Yeah, I really want to get to the really, really bottom of love. You're welcome very much. Go ahead and show some support. Give it that thumbs up there. Share some love. I was calling, and that's it. She came in. What message do I have to hear from my brother Peter in spirit? All right, you'll be the last one. Let's go ahead. Do they still love you? Yes or no? All right. Sometimes when things are final, I don't want to end the waiting, because then the relationship is going to end. All right? Because we got to understand that when the power is split here, one part of you knows what you need. That's your conscience, that's your dog. And then another part of you is afraid, all right, to claim it. And that is the unconscious mind. That is the wolf. That is the one that you're not really aware of either. Yes or no? Listen, the universe is not going to move. It's not going to move something forward for you. It's not to punish you, but it's because this is a sovereign lesson, not a patient test. So please understand some things. Let's go ahead. One more. Yes or no? Do they love you? Do you know what love is? Sometimes we confuse love with kindness. You know, it's just like this. If a guy is kind to you, you know. Anyway, let me leave that alone. That was gonna go left. Yeah. All right. Give them time. And you know, there's negotiations that are gonna happen here. I don't know if there's a living situation here, but yeah, they love you. You know, the two of coins mutually. I want to do things for the benefit of both of us. All right, but I don't know. I don't see the stability. We all need it. Security. All right. There was a lot of demand. All right. What are you doing? Come on. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. I haven't seen this card in a long time. All right. Everything's fair. You know, everything's balanced because that's what the Two of Cups. All right. Soon you'll go back. And they start. You know, you get back. You get back on track again. But what's going on here? It's about feeling not welcome home. There's a home here. There's a welcome. There's a marriage though. What was the demands? Where is she at? Or you just want to hear? All right, you just want to hear. No problem. Yes, they still love you. They think the world of you. And so I think they're willing to negotiate. There's a negotiation that's going to happen. You got to understand the two. The two is all about negotiations. All right. So negotiate, but we got to understand that we can stay on the negotiation. Once we make that choice, we can continue to negotiate. Like if your children look, I have a child. He's my last. I don't negotiate. You know, there comes a time that you got to stop negotiating and really start. You make that choice and you stick to it. All right. All right, who else? There's a lot of people coming in here. Let me see. Oh, somebody's calling him and saying bad things? No, but they love you. All right? I don't really get that card a lot. That card doesn't really come out a lot. All right? Regardless of what's going on here, there's a lot of... You're always going to experience that. All right? So that's what's going on. Have a conversation here, all right? Because you got the two, and the two for me, when it comes to love, is just and fairness, equal for the mutual, for the beneficial of the relationship, all right? So they are going to have some negotiation. Now, later on, it's a choice. Right now, you're not at a choice. You get that when you get to the lovers. You're not at a choice right now. You are right now in period at the end. Things are not going to be apparent right now. You're not even close there, all right? You are in negotiation. So how long do you stay negotiating? Until somebody makes a choice. Because that's what you're going to go back and forth with this and other people's opinions, too much noise. This one is saying that. This is a lot of high school stuff. All right? Grown adult love, it doesn't happen like that. All right? It's like you go into like you're bargaining. If I'm going to go to buy something, right? Like a coat or something, and it's on sale, and I want to get it for cheaper. We got to negotiate a price. And understand why really people marry. They marry for convenience, for money. So there could be money issues here. You understand me? So you got to understand. I'm going to explain to you in a real simple way where you can understand. Now, I want to go buy let's say I got $500. The coat might cost $1,000. And I know I can afford it. Right? I'm going to negotiate. You think he's going to give it to me for $500? No. All right? So it gets tiring. Then I got to go somewhere else and something that I don't really want. So they really want you. They don't want to go nowhere else. I know that you don't want to go nowhere else. If not, I won't show up because I know what I'm looking at. This is where my expertise is at. Okay? So really to understand that. All right? So just look at what I just said. You want to buy something. You really can afford it. Right? You go out. You go out, well, I only got $200. I mean, that costs 250 or 300. This is what it's gonna look like, because this is what happens. All right, you know that you really don't want it. You don't. You know what I mean? This is not. It's not gonna. It's good. You're good. All right. So then, your next question should have been, can I get some guidance? All right. That's a really small question, because love is patience, is kindness, is forgiveness, understanding, it's mutual honesty, respect. So you're nowhere near there. All right. You're aware there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people's opinions, and you're always gonna get that. You're gonna have to learn how to overcome that. All right. Rise. Let them rise to the occasion. And that happens later. That happens 10 years down the line. All right, but right now everything negotiating. Everything's a negotiation. All right, because that's how you get into learn about each other. You learn into like their likes, their dislikes. You know what's working for you, what's not working. This happens in the beginnings of any relationship. Now, 10 years later, my God, you already got to know me. That's no more. This is the choice, and that's it. You go to the store. You know what you want. You got enough money. You buy it. You made the choice. And then what you do, you save for it. Then you go back. You know what I mean? You don't have to negotiate. After a while, you get tired. You know? So I hope that helped you the way, because I'm going to be doing a lot of comparisons here. Using a lot of, I'm not going to be using a lot of abstract here, because then I did that earlier with the judgment, because it's such a powerful card. All right? You're welcome so much. So please understand, I know what I see in front of me. I know how long it's going to, some things are going to take in your life, how long they're going to take. Are they going to survive? Oh my God, I feel like I'm so freaking drained already. You don't want to get stuck in that pattern. You're nowhere near there. You're just beginning. So hang in there for the ride. You get to know your person. They get to know what you like, the people around you. Then you go into, I don't want to be around nobody no more. Baby, it's just me and you against the world. And it's beautiful. So enjoy the beautiful ride that, just enjoy it. All right? And then just learn about your shadow anyway. I mean, I will get started on that quicker, right? This is no dramatic. When you integrate the shadow, it's no dramatic, because right now you're going through that. It's very grounded energy. All right? All right, I'll be right with you. I was calling you. Where you went? You went? You stepped away? If you step away, put it so when you come back, all right, as I keep talking about integrating the shadow and what it looks like, because you don't have to be in all this dramatic scenes, over performance, over explaining. When you're centered in that truth and you stand that ground, period. All right? You say what I need once, and I say that clearly. All right? And then you let them respond instead of interpreting theirs, because we go there. Oh, I wonder what they thinking. I wonder, she just came in and asked me, do they love me? They silent, all right? They might hear so many things. If they let them cloud their judgment, and it's different. All right? And then you stop releasing the role of the understanding one. All right? It's just that simple. You start allowing disappointment rather than endless hope, choosing clarity over comfort. All right? So this is the truth that you may not want, but it's the one that you need, and that's going to require you, all right, to wait. Don't dilute your truth. All right? You're not asking for more love. You're not asking for, other things that are important. You are done with that waiting. Your soul is going to try to push you, and you're fighting, and you're going to have a hard time, because the spirit is strong. All right? The spirit remember, one thing I want you to remind, the spirit is rooted in the truth. The spirit is this non-physical substance, this energetic frequency. And when you amplify that, it goes to the truth. That's why a lot of us are scared. No, I'm not going to vibrate really, really, really high, because then I'm going to learn truth. And truth requires to stretch, to grow. And things will start being revealed. But you're not ready for that, all right? And that's why we become dramatic. We just want the noise, so we could keep the stuff that we really know, because we know. All right? So if you want, I can help you with that as we move forward here. Those are the things that I'm really interested in. But, we got to start somewhere. Let's go ahead. Arlene, Big Eye, Z, feelings and thoughts for me. I'm a Taurus, and he's a Virgo. Come on in, Arlene. Arlene, come on in, 6325. If you're here, go ahead. And I am going to be leaving here in just a little bit. Arlene, come on in, Arlene. No dramatization, a very grounded approach, and you save yourself a lot of trouble. Growing up, some people say it sucks. We grow up tall like the tree, but we don't mature. Maturity takes to be rooted and grounded in truth and heal. So you heal the root, and the tree is stable. All right. So your body knows it. You're not aware of it, but your body. All right. You feel those little nudges, those dreams. Those are not random. Are you still here, Arlene? You got to come on in if you're here. All right. I work in a lot of I work in a lot of different angles. I shouldn't even use multitask. I almost said that word. All right. I'm connected to this field of intelligence, and there's no stopping me. So don't take that like I'm not paying. I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere. Don't take that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't shut it down, because you shut down your energy quick. Don't do that. All right. I'm sensing. Let's go. His feelings. I'm going to give you 3, and I really don't do this because I don't really have time, but yeah, why not? Let's go ahead. Feelings and thoughts. So what are you thinking? The thoughts and the feelings, are they the same? Yeah. We go in our mind because guys are always in their mind. All right? Oh, wow. Don't tell me you're going to get that 5 of Pentacles. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. All right? There's an abandonment issues here. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe you could be taken at any time. You're beautiful. Let me see. I want to look at your picture. I think that they feel like, I don't know if they could provide for you or something. All right? They're coming back. How long ago they've been gone? You could be taken from me anytime. Man. One more. Let's go ahead. One more for you. Feelings and thoughts for you. I'm Taurus. Z, and he's a Virgo. Here we go. One more. Hey, mama boys. I am done for today. I'm sorry. If Arlene wouldn't come in, Taurus. So this is his feelings. Oh, boy. What happened here? So you're waiting. Oh, God. Let's see what's at the bottom. I'm sorry, sweetie. What happened here? So everything's very, with this energy, I don't know. What's going on in your relationship? I don't feel like getting into the whole thing of all right? You're waiting for them to realize finally they haven't called you? Because they thinking here, and it's like, I don't want something to be final. Listen, I want you to know something, that a lot of times they show me what's going on instead of revealing somebody's feeling, because I'm not revealing feelings because it's going to require too much of me. So they emotional. All right, they have a little bit. All right, 3 days. He didn't contact. Done. Contact again. All right. I don't know what you did here, because it's like it's not gonna be final yet, but it's something here with them, right? I think I just went through the whole energy here. All right. Because what you're looking at here is there was an emotion. Did you dump on them emotionally? What you did here? You open up too quick. All right. I don't know if they can feel safe. There's a safety issue or money. All right. There's something here. I want to say, but I don't really want to say it. All right. Somebody's too bougie. Somebody wants money. All right. Because they feel like, you tell me what they feel. They feel like that's it. Is that the truth or no? Do you just want money? Do you talk about something that just, all right? You talk, because they thinking about something that you said, but concerning money. Or you got to be careful not to dump on people. You could have that emotion, but it's like something that's going to require for them to move. All right? Because this is a move here. All right? There's something that they cannot contain here. That is too small here. All right? Do I feel like going back into this card? You're staying quiet. You gotta you gotta come in and work here with me. All right, because I want to know what you said to them or what you expected of them, because they really thinking about it. I think they checking messages. Somebody is, do I need you? You need me? It's like this pulling back kind of energy. You only ask me, call me when you need me, and it's just some of those things. I don't really know them ratchet and hood. I know them a little bit more professional and a little more intelligent. So I'm gonna need to come meet me halfway, and how you understand the energy, because a lot of time when energy comes in, anybody, even me being here live, when I'm recording, I will have to just take one card and describe the whole card to you. You understand? So there's something, because this is somebody that's very high demanding. Understand there's always going to be a hierarchy. All right? Look at the hierarchy of the angel. All right? When the dead come up, they arise to something clear. All right? But this is all about something so shallow here that I don't know if they could even go deep. All right? Somebody's very shallow here is what I'm trying to say. All right? Because normally here, there's a lot of ego, there's a lot of pride here, there's a lot of and I don't really use this word because I can't even pronounce it anyway. Bougie, all right? So I'm sorry, I'm going to have to. It's always used this word, he's busy not to talk, because he always used his word, all right? What he does? He does construction, he does electricity. What do he do? Because it showed me this strength, the tower, all right? You might see them in a couple of days. All right. So I don't know about feelings. I don't know. Somebody's head over heel here. Whether it's you, whether it's them. All right. Somebody is like, but you got to ask yourself, these foundations are already cracked. All right. So do you want to build from these foundations? All right. Or do you want to heal? You want to repair? How can you repair? Because right now you're in that repairing energy. Because even anything, things are gonna be exposed basically. So you live this distance is between you. So how you think that this is going to how you think this is going to happen now though? Because this requires trust. Anything anyway. I don't really use that word because I think that you should know that when you come in. I don't really use those little words. All right. How do you repair it? So do you think that you heal or do you repair? Do you go back to a certain timeline? All right. Do you go back to a different timeline? Because we got one timeline 6. Because we in 2026, 2027. All right. 20. So how long you meant? 2021. All right. So I'm going with this number 2016. All right. The 7, the 8. So there's different timelines. Oh, he's an assistant director. Oh, he's a Mr. Director. Okay. Because this is helping people in need. All right, this is a very kind of so I don't know here because all right, this person is tailored. They dress well. They are really, this is about measure. The balance that the 6 of Pentacles need. All right. So when something is in that 6 of Pentacles with the energy that you get here, it's like, can you fit my schedule? There's something that's not fitting for them. All right. You got to really look at that 6 of Pentacles and you really tell me, how can you fit into this person's life? How can you really fit? Just look at the 6, because that's the first card that came out. How can you really fill the gaps here? Because it's like you're trying to interpret their quietness here. You're trying to do something here. Because the deeper layer of this is time. All right. So time is of the essence. Of course, you already told me here. All right. Listen, one thing here. I'm gonna tell you something real quick, and then I'm gonna have to go. All right, because I don't think I'm gonna get true to you right now. Even you can watch tarot till your eyes fall out. You can watch it, but you gotta really take it in and to really. Anytime that you invest, Your investment, your time is so valuable. Time, I'm going to tell you something before I leave here if it does anything else. Because this is going to restore balance and the delay is going to dissolve. All right? When one side is giving and the other one is withholding, all right, there is no balance. All right? Here, the time is not linear. That's one thing that you got to understand. All right? When you unlock this, because you got to unlock this, okay? After a long pause, there's going to be a message that's going to come in. All right? That shift, okay? That offer that seems it's going to come out of nowhere. All right? Because here there's something that is locked. All right? With that. And but here it says, so you don't unlock by the time here by pushing harder. All right? By pushing. You unlock it by withdrawing. Pay attention. You're going to learn. You unlock it by withdrawing excessive. You're being too excessive. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know if you're checking. You're doing something here that is a lot here. You got to come back. Oh, 2023. All right? So there's something that you did in go back to 2021. All right? There's something here. You're going to go back to 2021. Because that's going to show you how people show up in your... Listen, you could take it if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to work nothing. You could sit there and wait and things are going to... You're on lockdown right now. There's a lockdown. If you take this... it's not me saying it. I'm not giving it to you from my own intelligence. All right? Even though I'm connected to the field of consciousness. This intelligence... that is all around us because you're part of it, but you're not really understanding it, all right? You're thinking you're not doing anything. How it's going to benefit you, all right? How the investment is going to happen is by you unlocking it, all right? You're withholding something here, but balance needs to be restored. The delay is going to decide when you do that. Whether you go back to a time, like you check something here, because then you got, look, you got the Tower card, and there's something here, it's unexpectedly going to happen. People don't really understand the Tower card. When things start moving, it's because they stop. Once you stop, time will move forward for you. Stop holding on to this. You're locked. Nobody's doing it but you. You gotta just go about your life. Do your thing. You got it? This time, listen, it's not linear here. Okay? You gotta understand the way the universe works. A lot of us aren't, we're doing it to ourselves and we think it's something else. Stop overextending, stop overexpanding. Let them meet you halfway. If this person is meant for you, all right, it's like you're betraying. You're betraying something that you did in 2021 because it's bringing me back to this card. All right? You got 2026 with them. You got it. Uranus just left your house. All right? And it's went into the... So there's going to be... All right? Because now you're seeing the truth. Because now it's clicking. All right? I'm going to take you back to a real memory. Not the stupid memory to try to hook you. No, I'm not doing that here. Because if it was easy, I'd have been done. All right? Everybody would have been done it because it requires patience. See, Earth, your Earth energy, you all about it growing. You supposed... Listen, I'm going to tell you something. And I wasn't going to stay with you, but I can. My left hip is telling me to go. And I've been here 3 hours. But unfortunately, you came in last. There's something that is being tailored. Something is not... Look, we get measured according to the way you want things. You want something here and you want it, but you're not waiting to be measured. You just like, you got to wait. It's telling you to wait. What's going to happen for you is going to be beautiful. All right. And I just explained this whole card. I'm pretty sure if you go back into the judgment, because if you want this, you're being measured for something greater. All right. The Tower card is going to come in. It's going to reveal something. It's going to give you clarity because you making assumptions. You trying to... Don't fill in the gaps. You're not going to understand the way the universe works. Absolutely not. It comes in quick and you miss it. And then, return to sender. She don't want it. Don't do that, please, because what's going to happen for you, you got to understand how to... This is not a test either, all right? This is not the universe testing you and teasing you. All right, but you're doing this to yourself. And I know it's hard for you to understand, all right? But the sudden movement after a long time, after this pause, wow, it's going to be nice. All right, it's gonna be out of nowhere, and you might get fear, you might get scared. You know, you may this is why this is here. That's why that's there. All right, to help you understand this a little bit better. But I'm gonna have a lot of time doing that. Here's for the ones that are interested in really to get really really deep, because this is deep. Right now is very shallow. Way until the because there's something that's gonna have to go down. 2021 we are friend, and I have another boyfriend. I just accepted him. Oh, see, I'm gonna help people go back into a timeline, and it's gonna be revealed. You're gonna be like, holy crap. It's gonna bug you out. You ain't even gonna think about it till later on. All right? See that? Now you go back there. Don't go brainstorm. Like, I mean, you can brainstorm, right? Things are gonna be beautiful for you. You gotta understand that. All right? And a lot of times we get stuck in this karmic cycle. It's not because you did something wrong or because you got a big open heart. There could be the security that you want. The love is not ready. It can't contain. There's something that you have, that it cannot be contained right now. I want you to really understand that. All right? So there's a karmic lesson that's going to learn. It's not to hurt you. Okay? It's to progress you. It's to move you forward out of the comfort here, because you want something, and you're going to get it. You're going to get it. All right? So let things balance themselves out here. You'll be a measure for something better. You really got to understand the uniqueness of this, what they call merchants, right? And understanding what the universe has message for you is not compared to that, to what it has to offer. This is gonna be, it's gonna be beautiful. I mean, I don't understand. It's like it might overwhelm you, because look, I don't know if it could be in 8 days. We got the Tower card here, and the Tower card is in the 3rd house. I don't know. They might want to move in with you. All right, because it's not, I didn't get the 6 here. Well, you got that. Look, I didn't get the 6 of Cups. All right, they're gonna come. But they're gonna come because they're gonna come communicate with you unexpectedly, because that's what the King of Swords represents. Somebody comes in, but it's not gonna be like a, what do you call it? Like an emotional here, yeah, because this opened the door. All right. Oh, you're welcome. All right. So just please really understand that. All right. And they're going to come surprised, but they're going to do it from an intellect, from the rational. All right. And so it's not going to be this heartfelt thing. It's not going to be that. So understand that this is about rationalizing and making logic. Because right now, every time something happens, we try to make sense because we want everything to go back together. All right. So anyway, just understand that, and where Venus, your ruling planet, which is in the inspired, beautiful sign of Aquarius, and that energy is all about enjoying the unique, different, the unusual. So the energy is it's gonna be very aloof. It's gonna be very attractive. It's a non-traditional energy. So when you understand the unconventional relationships that you're gonna form from that, all right, the friendships gotta build. So because you want something to last forever, all right. Listen, it's all about fairness and equality. Treating people with with respect. All right. No, you're amazing. Okay. So please understand that. Always take time to really, don't rush something that's meant for you, because it's going to be beautiful and you're going to cry, and you're not going to know what to do with it. You're not going to know what to do with it. And so I will get into this whole energy of the containment of the sarcophagus, because that's basically what they are. All right. So you want somebody to mirror you, what you've been asking, what you've been praying for. They're going to come and you're not going to know what it looked like because you're looking somewhere else. Oh, this is it? So please, 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 whatever you do here, please take your time and sit with yourself. Sit with yourself and hold your hands in your heart. And just be grateful for this moment that you got to have this experience. Gratitude, yes. Doing this, anyway, we in the wax and gibeahs. So doing this phase, say yes, say yes, say yes. Say yes to the blessings that are coming. Just say yes. Don't stop believing in yourself. Don't just stop. Don't stop. This wheel, it's momentarily things. All right. I thank you so much. I gotta go because my hip is killing me. I've been here so long. 3 hours and 25. I live one a little bit extent. All right. But it's much more deeper than the mirror. Now we will talk about the mirror. That's a whole different energy because we got to understand the mirror doesn't really. That's one thing about the mirror. It really doesn't show us, right? It only shows what it's a reflection of you. It doesn't really show us what's really inside the deep. All right, and understand that they are, of course, they're gonna be different. All right. So please understand that, 6. I will go a little bit more into detail. But I already did it, so I just lost the feeling for, yeah, I lost it. All right. Hey, Patricia Snell. All right. I love you guys so much. I see you guys tomorrow in the Raise Your Vibration. Pay attention. The messages come from the universe. However you understand spirituality, divine source, spirit, heart, the heart of the divine, harmonizing with the divine order of the universe. The best way, how to stay in alignment, how to stay heart center. We got to do so much because we come from such an incredible conscious, this vast conscious of the universe that we cannot see its edges, all right? And we need to understand it. We need a container. It can't. No, we won't be able to hold it. It'll blow your mind. Man, I wish I would stay here a little bit longer to talk about the incredible mind and how we connect to this. Man, you can't contain it. You can't. People won't even, it will blow your mind. You just be like lost. You want to be able to be here to receive it, to be like, wow, what a blessing. Remember, the person that believes in miracles receives them. All right? The thing that you've been praying, that you've been asking for, child, you have no idea how amazing it all work out. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on you. Most important, don't abandon yourself. Don't betray yourself. Okay? Be patient. Go do the things that you have to do. Get everything prepared. Create the life that you want because it's coming. God bless you too. I love you guys so, so much. And I thank you guys so much for joining me in this live. Another great live. Thank you so much for your beautiful energy. I couldn't do this without you guys. And listen, this is here to give the truth. Yeah, we don't like it at first, because we don't understand it, a lot of it, why the things happen. But, we have a choice. Choices are upon us every day, Are we going to negotiate again or are we going to make that choice? This is it. Your soul is pushing you to a different a route. The route that you're supposed to take. All right? With all your quirks and with all your goofy and all your, your silliness, just embrace who you are. Love on yourself. All right? Love on yourself. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.